What is poppin', people? Welcome back to the Misplay for Game podcast. As always, I am your senior professor and lead director at the University of Minneapolis, Andrew KnTElixar.
Hey, the internet. It's your friend. Tommy needs a trim. It's haircut season. Make sure you get on that before Valentine's, y'all. I'm your co-host of the internet's second best Digimon TCG podcast. Do tell your friends in North America, DigiGuard United. Thank you.
Yo, turn up the beat, you know? Hold on, where am I? What the fuck?
Hey, you swore in the first 5 minutes again, bro.
Because he's always off center.
I got my,
why do we do this?
Yeah, why am I always off center?
I fixed your camera. Marcio beefed it again.
How did I beef it?
Yo, oh my god. You already know the second greatest podcast, but the first is your boy, the host of Digipod, the digital podcast, is Dan. What's good, fellas?
Damn. I was laughing when I saw that. I'm on the Brokey no premium 1 week early uploads right now. You know, we gotta make that money back after Christmas. But I was like, dang, he really got us the day before we're doing this. That's so funny.
But I mean, it's crazy as well.
Yo, that was so funny. That was funny.
Yeah, we've the only ones remaining now, because rest in peace, Digital Gate Studios. Every so often I get a ping in their Discord and it's just them getting botted every time. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss those guys. But yeah, it's cool that at the very least, Digimon content creators are all fans of each other. Nobody's specifically hating on other channels specifically.
There's like 7 of them.
You don't know who I hate behind closed doors.
Wait. I mean, I don't know if you remember that hot podcast that we did. I was the one that started the controversy saying everybody got to set the game up. So, you know.
Yeah.
It's true. I also remember a specific comment in that channel saying maybe you should have kept Andrew and we could have finally sunset this stupid show and you guys could have just had him. But, you know, we tried. Marcio and I nearly got off the hook. You'd have saved us a lot of money on a tournament if you took him. I'm just saying. Oh man!
Now the collaboration online local is gonna go crazy.
Don't, because then I have to figure out how to run that. I was looking at Limitless earlier. We've had like some people being like, "Yeah, I don't want to go to England." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I don't want to be here, but like, you know, the vibe is such that we now have to run this on Discord if you guys want one." But that's not like, you get that later. I got like 5 other projects with Misplay branding on them to finish first, y'all. You can get me in like October.
You got 5, I got 0. What are you doing?
I know, take one.
No, I'm playing like every other card game that I can and like not playing Digimon. Come on.
Dan, for the dudes that are like under a rock.
Yeah, I play Digi.
What's the shtick? Peel me on Digipod. Give the people what they need to know.
What do you want to know about it?
Yeah, let them. Y'all have been doing it way longer than we have, and the episodes are way more consistent than we are.
Consistent, yeah. You know.
I don't know. You gotta ask Vani about that one.
Numbers thing. You guys, I think y'all have missed less weeks than us. No, but what's your experience? How'd you get into Digimon, big man? Let's get like you said, you know, this is your scuffed content creator job interview for the people that might not know who you are. I like all 2 of them.
Sure. I got you. Yeah, we got into it because if y'all remember, way back when we first started, it was me and Varney, just me and Varney. The idea was that we kept seeing these terrible takes on Facebook, the group chats, Discords. We're like, yo, these people are clowns. We should make our own podcast basically and talk about Digimon because we think we have good takes and they make sense. So that's when we first originally started. So that was like BT8, something like that. It's been a hot minute.
Dang, yeah, it's been a minute,
so 4 years ago, I want to say, I think it was when we started, 4 or 5 years ago. So that first run was maybe like 4 or 5 months, something like that. It was just him and I. I think it was just on Spotify, no video, and whatchamacallit. That's all it was. And then we stopped because we both got busy. I was still doing school, and he got crazy busy with work. And then we stopped. And then that's when we brought in like months later, Mike. And then that's when that kind of like really started taking off. And it was us 3 doing it consistently. And then we would have guests on pod. We had Elixir one time. We had East. We had a whole bunch of other Digimon creators on as guests. And then things changed after a while, right? Because Varney kind of like, as the years gone down, Mike kind of quit the game. And then Varney kind of slowly stopped playing, and he's been playing a shit ton of GA. And so now it's just really me and Gino. If y'all been watching it, it's just us two now. And now I got to be kind of the host of it instead of being like the color commentator. So it's been like a different role change for me. But it's been pretty fun doing it with just us two. And then we try to get guests on as well and have a good time with it.
He's being so humble, Chat. If you guys aren't watching the show, you're missing out. Like, it's kind of being a host is like a dude giving away the flowers as best he can. He does a great job. If you guys aren't tapped in, you need to.
Yeah,
it's like actually like if this show is just three dudes arguing with like voices they hear in their heads, that's like actually like constructed arguments. Like the people that want something from us should just go watch that.
Like, appreciate it. Especially with Gino, because Gino is more
yeah, bro's tapped in.
Yeah, Gino was a guest at first
Gino
for a
is
while.
very so Gino is more technical about everything. He's a really good player too as well, so that helps. And so getting his takes as well, I think it has helped in that sense. Versus like prior to before, like when Varney, Mike, and I were doing it, like Varney has good takes. Don't get me wrong. He knows what he's talking about all the time. And same with Mike, but we always kind of like bullshit after a while. And so, which is fun. A lot of people enjoy that stuff. Don't get me wrong. But with Gino, we kind of like were able to like stay locked in. All right, talking about Digimon because he loves Digimon. Like I'm talking about like he's legit went through when he first started playing the card game. He went from the very start of Digimon like content of like video games, anime, everything, and went all through the down the line, played every single game. I'm talking about even games that aren't even like translated.
Yeah, he was on
like,
those fan
garbage
and stuff.
Yeah, like he was on like those terrible games, the Wonder Swan games. He played it all, and so like he's just like Digimon. So it's kind of cool. We can have that, and then we could talk about a lot more now with like the competitive side because he is a competitive player, and we're both going to Nats next weekend. So it's kind of cool to have that as well.
Damn, that was a clean segue actually. It's so nice having a dude that podcasts on this show. Let us ding dongs do this every week, and some guys like, yeah, he's topic number 1 by the way. Yeah, y'all, NA Nats next weekend. Valentine's in Vegas.
It's crazy that he thought that was a good weekend. Great weekend.
Can you imagine? Like,
Nats.
Hey, partner of mine in a committed enough position that I need to tell you this. I'm gonna be gone in Vegas, but not for any of the thing you'd think it would be.
For the love of
Gino,
the game.
he's bringing his wife with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude. If you go X2 in Vegas, that's the most perilous danger your wallet could possibly be in. You're either flipping prize cards, selling your participation, or going downtown.
What's crazy as well though, Digimon like pricing so bad. Like if you're not playing One Piece, like low-key, X3 drop may be the most profitable outcome.
Yeah. Marcio,
fact, like if you're not topping and you're not topping a Nats, like you might as well.
Yeah, we were laughing. Marcio this week flipped some One Piece promos. He's just like had lying around.
Oh, I need to do that.
It was like the blue Luffy and the red Luffy from like the Bandai Card Fest entry. I basically like shifted mine and paid for my X11 case. So
yeah.
Is this why you asking for my card market?
Playing for peanuts, bro. There's actual money in One Piece.
Yeah. That's what, at first I was gonna try to list them online, but then like I found someone like in person that was just like, yeah, I'll get them off of you, and I was like, sure. Obviously, I gave him like a homie discount, but effectively, like my EX11 case is funded for.
Does he need stamped Zoros? Actually, to be fair, I have my participation still from Nats because I haven't opened it because I have been paid by Bandai. I need to go on the record and say I have received the compensation that I was expecting. That was communicated to me at some point because I don't think I've mentioned that on the podcast since. Yeah,
a lot of complaining happened.
Allegedly.
So where's my money?
Real quick on the One Piece, the money on that. So the year that Peter won Worlds for Digimon with Sekon.
Yes.
I'm not going to like spill how much he sold his stuff for, but like in comparison to the person that won Worlds for One Piece, it was a crazy difference.
Yeah.
Yo, Yuxo, do you want to leak how much you sold your stuff for? I know you're in chat.
like Digimon wise, like it was great money. But the One Piece was like, let's say Digimon almost hit 6 figures. The One Piece one hit like big 6-figure numbers.
Yeah,
what I
it's
heard.
like a
I was
money
like,
change
"Sheesh."
your life forever kind of number.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It might change your grandkids' life type beat.
That's like the one, like, I wouldn't say productive, but like that's the one sort of like good thing about like the scalpers moving from like Pokemon to One Piece is like if you are a One Piece player and you've been playing for a little and you're like sitting on a few prize cards, shift them now. Now is the time to like shift your One Piece stuff to all the stupid chuds that were just trying to like buy stuff out.
Yeah, because unlike Pokemon, where you're at least getting paid, then you're still getting paid by, you know, big Pikachu for placing and topping well because it's a supported game. Like One Piece is still like
for $3,000.
it's still like sell your product to make money. It's not like you're getting paid from Mr. Namco.
I do think it's wild too, though, because like one of the things like you get this a lot with, I think the kind of, I almost want to say this. I don't want to sound disrespectful. The guy was, by all accounts, a very lovely figurehead for his community, but Kazuki Takahashi was famously against playing for prize money in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think that knock-on effect has had. It's
just crazy because all the players are just like, bro, he's dead. Just give me money, please.
Yeah, exactly. There are some things have changed. I don't want to be, you know.
The only thing that hasn't changed though is Japanese anti-gambling laws, bro.
Well, the things like Konami are sort of
they do that by doing gotchas. That's the way to get around that rule. Crazy.
The thing is, like, Konami are like sort of trying. They're just like a little bit late because like a lot of the YCS pricing, you now get like things for like actually topping as opposed to just like
air fryers.
Well, yeah, right. Speaking of air fryers, I never played for an air fryer again. We're playing the wrong game, fellas. We should be playing Beyblade. I'm trying to get a Honda Civic.
let me get the post stuff, Andrew. 1 second. I knew this was gonna happen.
I'm good on that. I'm going the Beyblades.
I know a guy around
our locals,
and apparently he's cracked.
2 locals have around that. Sometimes they will throw around Beyblades, and I hate them. I hate hearing them. Like, I straight up want to go up to their stupid plastic thing and just chuck it across and like, yo, like get out of here.
We have joked about using Beyblades to do first or second. Like none of this high roll stuff where you tie 7 on 2 dice 4 times in a row. What if you just beat someone in a Beyblade battle and that was first or second?
I hadn't even seen this. They got Crystal Drake the Beyblade on the car keys for the Honda Civic, by the way. They're custom keys.
That's crazy.
Where is this? Oh God, I hope this Spin City. No, that's a store.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's like shout out to Michigan, Midwest rep.
Hey, that Honda Civic is probably like all of like 2001.
Yeah, it's actually under.
Probably don't work. Got no engine working. Like that shit is
that's crazy. Yeah, we should be playing for cars. Actually, is what I think.
The one thing with the Beyblades was like. This was like what in university, like 3rd year. For some reason, like 2 of my roommates decided that instead of getting like an actual stadium, they got a bird bath. So they got a bird bath to use it as a stadium. Yes, this is a real story. They got a bird bath, set it up in the living room, and then if that wasn't enough, they like put like they got like water as well. So then like the babies were like spinning. And this was like the weekend that I was out. So I come back and there's a bird feeder, like a bird bath in my living room.
What's crazy is they could like...
That shit was dangerous.
Ghetto Beyblades. No, Ghetto Beyblades, it's all about buying a wok, bro. I messed up so many of my mom's woks with just like ripping Beyblades into them, bro.
Chef Elixir just like...
Because me and my brother, it was just like, oh man, someone may or may not have stepped on a base stadium that was left in the middle of the room. Now there's a giant asshole in our base stadium. So backup base stadium, the trusty wok.
Stir fry fucking penises.
They were cowards for never calling them like Badiums, bro. We could have just had it easy.
Nah, you could not be in my Bay DMs.
Oh, true. Good one.
Unless you are commissioning her for art.
It's February for the culture. Oh, damn. Hey, we were talking about EX11 and Nats, though. Cars are cool and stuff, but I don't think you're winning a Honda Civic at Vegas this next weekend.
No. It's all right. I got my own car, like, you know.
You wouldn't take the custom keys, though, bro?
Yeah, wait, doesn't Vegas casinos have those, like, big-ass show cars? What if you just, like, came through and it's just
I'll go there and try to win, you know, gambling. But, like, to pay, I don't even care about playing Beyblades. Like, that's the thing about me. Like, I don't care. Like, I won't play One Piece because of the pricing. I would play One Piece because I actually like playing the game and
That
like
makes sense.
love the game, which I don't, and I don't give a fuck about it. So
So real.
you ain't never gonna see me catch me playing it. Now, if Digimon was, change their thing and then be, that'd be great, but that's not where we're at. But I'm still gonna play Digimon regardless.
Bro, I was working the Star Wars Unlimited regional this past weekend. This is why we missed last week because my ass was
That's
in
what you mean.
Paris. Yeah, it's pretty cool when the developers support the game and they pay for streams and they pay for talent. It's awesome. If anyone needs Star Wars Force of Power sealed boxes, I got you.
I'm so good.
You got sealed product?
Sealed product. I got stuff
I
from the
heard
prize
that. I heard
wall.
that goes for some money too.
Yeah,
Star
the
Wars.
prize wall stuff goes
some
crazy.
cards.
I got 4 playmats in a suitcase. I didn't get any sleeves though. I'm kind of tight. Gamegenic, because it's like an Asmodee game. Like Gamegenic are their main thing. I love Asmodee Gamegenic sleeves. They're so clean. So I was just gonna come through and shop to locals with some Star Wars sleeves for the bit, and I just did not get any sleeves.
Dude, if you got
Bagra and
back here-
Baby Yoda.
I was gonna say you got back here with like a Bagra Darth Vader deck box, that'd go crazy. You imagine? It would not be allowed on a stream, but that's hard as hell. No, I get it though. We were talking about like you wouldn't play for prizing. I was talking to a friend of the show, Jambo TCG.
He's not a friend of the show. He's an
UK
op of
Wonder
the show.
Kid, Omnix team member.
He's an op, he said?
Yeah, he's an op of the show.
Jambo's
We have him
like-
because we have to.
Yeah, Jambo's like, y'all ever play Final Fantasy VI? That's Kaf.
go to
man.
game.
Yeah, he's not necessarily harmful up front, but he's getting up to something.
Me and Jambo just talk shit on Twitter all the time. Like,
It's true. You guys are online. Anyway, I was saying to Jambo that I'd play Digimon for a pack of peanuts. I don't really care. I feel like if you like the game,
$2
you
in a
kinda just give
shawarma,
shit
bro.
like, yeah, I just want to do good. I don't like. I'd rather like get first for 0 money than top 32 for $5. You know what I mean? Like, or 5
feel you,
cases
yeah.
even. Like, it would be cooler to say like, being the GOAT is the reason to do it. But that's what.
So
that's what I
here's
mean.
my like, I guess competitive background. I played sports all growing up, and like I love playing basketball so much. It didn't matter if I was able to play that for free, outside, indoors, and if I were to make the NBA, even though I never did, obviously, college, yada yada yada. Like it didn't matter what it was. I was gonna play it because I love it. And that's how like I always grew. You can't, to me, if you're playing something in a competitive way and it's just for the end result, you won't ever enjoy the grind of it because you're like, oh, this is what I'm trying to get to, and I can't seem to get there. And if you love it and you're willing to put in the grind, put in the effort, put in the time in it, like it doesn't matter at the end of the day because you put that time and you still love doing it regardless. And that's why like I can't just jump to a different game. Like, oh, I know GA has great prizing, but I don't give a F about the game. Like, who cares? Like, I don't love it for me to want to put that time and effort into it like that. So that's how I think of it in that aspect.
That's legit. I'll play anything if I can compete. I'm not gonna lie. Like me and Marcio occasionally dip our
I'm a
feet back
whore,
into
straight up.
Pokemon.
I'll
I've been trying
I'll
to rip
play.
on y'all.
So he's
Ooh, those metal
the
cards?
Barney of the group, right?
Ooh.
He's the Barney of the group,
Well,
right?
pretty
He's
much,
just
like-
everything and anything.
well, it's like so.
No, he's more
You
like
know, like-
Dan. No, he's more like Mike even. Like we sometimes like bonus content. Marcio very rarely is ever here. Sometimes he'll just disappear. He'll just like,
Busy,
oh,
man.
I'm not coming to locals, and then we'll see him there. He's playing friendlies, and then as soon as round 1 starts, despawns.
He out.
I'm
Yeah,
killing
that's crazy.
time. But it's like with Digimon, I think it's like I have too much of a big ego to like stop playing competitive Digimon. So I just do it to like because I can.
The sunk cost fallacy has you by the balls, bro.
But like
Yeah,
with
that's
Vanguard,
crazy.
I'll like go to locals on a Saturday for friendlies and like chill at the shop just because I can. But Digimon, I can't do that anymore. The game pisses me off way too much. But I still play it. I still play it. Look, man, when Green has been like complete like dog ass for the last like 3 years, there's so
Is that your favorite color?
yeah. I've always
Oh,
like,
that's why. Yeah,
That's
no,
why.
you gotta jump ship that boy. Like EX11
now-
is gotta be your time though. EX11, and then dual cards happen, and then Vortextramon is irrelevant.
I don't know. They'd have to make some good dual cards to stop that, dude.
Hey, yo,
think
we
they
made
will.
some-
I think they will.
Some dual cards that definitely were
knowers?
not made by us look
I will-
kind of crazy.
I will say that like even with some of the like reveals, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of like 81.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8001, yeah. Those
Yeah,
are
81.
good cards. Good cards.
They're
Crossfit
like
stuff's
they're
so
sort of
good.
like the thing that I want for the game, which is I say this like every fucking week. I want people to play Digimon like on the board. Because when it's just I'm just getting like OTK'd, there's no point. But I want like interaction and like none of those. Technically, the Imperial's a little bit egregious. That card's like
Funny Frederick Mercio, did you know it's
yeah.
Oh,
So like
cool, right?
The floodgate aspect is like but like the shine is so sick.
dude?
The
That
lions.
deck's fucked up now.
I do not remember Shine. I do not remember Marcus riding an Agumon. Like, I'll be straight up, just like the surfing
Agumon
Agumon
is,
thing.
the burst mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Agumon
Agumon
burst
burst
mode,
is
I've
always
seen him happen.
for Agumon burst mode.
But
Yeah.
the thing with Shine, it's like I'm chilling with Shine because like Watch Extra Monsters unaffected by Digimon. Yeah, the Marcus can bump me down from like 30k to 25k. They're still not getting over the green wall. So
Yeah, well, I don't know. Me and Gemma were looking at some stuff before. Lingering minus 20 kills a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
like
you're gonna drop it back down, so you're gonna go back down to 14. So it'll just auto
Yeah,
die
it's
at
weird
that
too.
point.
Sure.
'Cause it's like the only combination that like actually I hate ruin mode. I've been clear about this for years. I think a thing that just lingers the whole board is like inherently uninteractive to the breeding mechanic. But it's basically the only combination in the game that actually stops Daramon into Vortextramon.
But the thing is, with like even as long as obviously like assuming like no rune mode, even if they
Yeah.
kill my stack and I get another turn, that's basically like what decks like Zeph and Puppets and things want. They just want that extra turn. So that just promotes like people like trading stacks and going like band for band, which is the peak. It's peak Digimon. If that's happening, then yeah, I'm here 7 days of the week playing Digimon. I don't have to like go hit up my side chick, you know, card 5 Vanguard or playing like Yu-Gi-Oh Genesis format. But
Thank God I get rid of these dull A cards, bro. I just don't understand how we're like,
no, I'm so
forget
tired of-
rotation, just ban the boosts in training. The game
No,
would
no,
be
the
fun
boosts are
again.
fine. Boosts are fine. Boosts are fine. Memory boosts are fine.
You're
They're
chirping. You're chirping.
I listen, bro.
We
I
need
got.
those.
I gotta. Let me find
The
this.
game is about having boosts and trading. So we're about to get dual colored and next month or something like that.
I think
So
I
we're
can think
good.
about memory boost that has a little problem right now.
okay. No, but that's different,
That's because
right?
you can play it out from
Yeah.
Dan and Cannon. Like
Exactly.
you know, that's the difference.
I don't know, man. I just think there's something about just being like, I'm gonna write a load of IOUs for the one turn that matters.
It will
that
be
I think we could
cool.
maybe get rid of.
I think it would be cool if we took the monocolor ones away. There's now enough dual colored funny ones that
But it's the same
decks
thing.
should not have 12 boosts.
No, but like eventually you'll just be able to play like one green black, one green
can do that
red,
in
one
purple
green
and red
yellow,
and
one
white.
green red. Like that. That's
Yeah.
not my issue. Obviously, like I think the boosts are fine.
For the
That's
record,
not,
I
like,
would
my
rather
main-
hit training, but
Yeah, everyone would. Training is a stupid sickness on this game.
I don't know.
Training is
That
crazy.
disagrees, but on this podcast, we are very adamant that trainings are the reason why the game is.
my stack deck that I didn't pay for.
It's like the reason why trading, like the Digimon, like when people say like the game is dying, it's like the game's not dying. It's just nothing is happening. You just sit in the back and just like boom, 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 boom. You know, like training boost, training boost.
we don't have enough interaction with training effects. Because like at the end of the day, if you slot 3 boosts and Ghazi drops and you go, oh shit, I wasn't accounting for that, that's on you. Like most of the time you hit a training insecurity.
That's like a gameplay moment, bro.
Yeah,
That's
like,
a thing that happened.
We
in the
don't
game,
have
not
enough
like,
of the
oh,
training, like the training hate floodgates to be like, man, I really hate trainings. I'm gonna tech for them. Like,
Oh, they just gotta like actually commit to like a floodgate that's like, oh, players can't activate delay. Like I
That's
forget
fair.
the effect.
No,
like,
no.
that's crazy behavior.
That's floodgates. That's floodgates. No. I'm not here for that one. I'm not here for that one. What we
They're
really need.
printing
What
dual
we
cards.
really need.
They give you a
Hear me out.
level
Hear me out.
that's like
Hear
one
me out.
memory pop the floodgate. That's the game now.
No. Hear me out. What we really need is generic MST style cards that can pop a delay card.
Great.
That's
Yeah,
what we
Okay,
agreed.
Book. Okay,
Wait.
that's kind of base.
Yeah, that's heat.
Yeah.
More color
That-
requirements. Get a delay.
That's what I've been like talking about for a hot minute. All right, how do we combat this? And how do we stop the interaction? There's only one card in the game one deck, which is Justimon. Ain't no one's running Justimon consistently for training to be scared. But if you pull like a generic, let's say if it's white, you could play with every other color like DGO style, right?
Yeah.
For 3, 4 memory, whatever it is. All right, pop a training, pop 2 training, whatever it is. The answer is for it. I think that's perfect. I think that's something that we can use in the game. That's why I think we also need side decking. But that's
Oh.
a story.
Oh, maybe we'll have this guy like maybe like a couple more times on a podcast. Actually, I like this.
Have we used every device?
Talking to me.
Is every device?
There are still a couple from those old like.
Which devices
Digimon.
have we got?
Device wise, no, we have all of them now.
Because
We
we
have to make a brand new devices.
Aren't there
Yeah, I
some
don't-
from the?
What kind of chess are you playing?
because we got Pawn Device, then we've got King Rip
Yeah.
Knight.
No, they
Yep.
weren't just chess pieces though. There were like I have to find this later. I haven't played card
Someone
battle
said
in like 20
Xmon
years.
interacts better than Justimon. Right? Yeah. But like realistically, how you gonna go get into Xmon consistently? Like
Technically,
that deck is ass.
Lucemon had it first.
yeah, sure. But Justimon Ace came out before Lucemon, right?
I'm saying the only training is that I put it on Melga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Justy came out. Well, the direct sort of at this.
Yeah,
Lucemon had the
Some respect.
no,
I would say
Lucemon-
Xmon is,
Lucemon was the first delay hated. I'm like 90% sure.
yeah.
I think so. Or it came out at the same time as Justy Ace, something like that, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot we got the combined. Yeah,
The combined.
You're right.
Yeah.
But somebody said like in the chat like decks like Crosshards, like Crosshards peak because you're like you're
Yeah,
trading
it does
blow.
something. There's like a
hate
game
Crossfire.
interaction.
hate
Oh, okay. What
I hate
is
Crossfire.
Spoke too soon.
You hate
I
fun?
hate No, it's just a dumb deck that takes no skill to play. No offense to anyone who plays it.
When I win, it's skillful, okay, and when I lose, it's because I break. Crosshair takes a lot of skill. Trust me.
This guy is
Everything
Play
dodging
like
tamer,
Solomon.
search. Oh my god. Play a
It's a
tamer.
tamer.
Put the
It's a
put the
tamer.
card underneath. Grab what you need. Raise your Shaomon. Swing, die, save. Congrats. You did the play. Like,
Okay.
It ain't that
But-
hard.
But it's a tamer, and you can interact with the tamers.
Sure, and that's why we out here gonna play Galactic when that deck comes relevant again. Just pop them shits.
This is actually right.
I'm so scared of that. All of the
You
testing that
you
we've been
should be.
doing,
It's good.
I keep forgetting that Galacti's in the game. Like me and Trix will be talking like, okay, yeah, you know, how do we position this into this? How do we deal with Hoodie? And every so often someone just goes, oh shit, Galactic Mon. And we're like, oh yeah, I have no game plan.
with the one that makes you immune to everything.
Yes.
Oh my god, that card is cracked.
I will say that the main thing with Galactic going into like EX11 is your Hoodie matchup is actually not that good, and that's I think what's going to hold the deck back. Just because like you just can't kill 8 cost worth of tamers consistently. Maybe with the new Xeno, but it's kind of tough.
It becomes one of those situations where like how fast can you get set up? Like this game, today's game, and I hate when people use this as a reference of if a deck is good or not into certain matchups. Is like, oh, you just go faster. All right, cool. But like, here's the gameplay. Like, I rather think about it, like logically versus like everybody can go faster. If you're not a good deck, if your deck can't go turn 2 kill, you're not a good deck in my opinion. In today's game, like the way the game is currently saturated, if you don't have that like 5% chance of that happening, like you're probably not considered a good deck in today's standards. So like when people say, oh, just go faster, it's just like, like that's not good enough for me to say this deck is bad. Like in that matchup, right? Galactic versus Hudie, right? Oh, you just can't set up fast enough. But what if you can? Like, what if they're stuck just searching and they can't do anything? You set up Galactic. Now, boom, now they got to deal with the Galactic. And then you go, oh, you put nothing on board? Great. I'm just going to, Ragnarok cannon, plow, like, take all your security, your game. Doesn't Galactic just get cooked by Vortex? We ain't talking about that. That's a different beast. That's a different beast in total. Yeah, it's definitely going to get cooked. But, like, I don't know. I just hate the idea
It doesn't
of that.
love
of
Medusa either. It's
No,
annoying
you just
to keep
bottom deck your
them
Vemons?
ons. Yeah. I had a little bit of trouble with that.
I think
It's weird though.
I think with EX11, most of the decks I think are like reasonably like power leveled. But I think we're also like kind of due for a ban list because we've been through like
Oh, yeah.
After
It's
Worlds.
been since what, August?
August,
Yeah.
I believe so.
August,
so
yeah.
a lot
so
of
Bandai tends to do 2 ban lists a year, which is like about 6 months, every 6 months ish. If you like do it, the math of it ish. So we're definitely gonna get a ban list out after Nats or after Worlds.
yeah.
Shout out
and a
Chi.
Nats, I should say.
Yeah, I got to speak to Chi at Nats, and we were talking about how often the ban lists happen. and
NDA, leak the NDA. Go on.
no, this is just
Yeah.
vibes. It's just like Chi is pushing for more ban lists.
Oh, that's what she's the
Ooh,
go.
really?
That's what she's the go.
Yeah, it's just like
That's interesting.
it's like whether you do them like seasonally, it's kind of like the thing. So it's just like some people like think that it should be done seasonally at set times. Some people like we should just hit things when they're stupid. And there's just like currently it's seasonal. And the seasons are really long. But yeah, I don't know.
It's more than seasonal because it doesn't even feel like seasonal. It's like bi-seasonal, right?
It's like when the hemisphere
6 months.
changes.
The only downside, like, man, I wish they would do it faster because like by the time sometimes they do the ban list, it's like we've been in this struggle for a hot minute. Like we could have used this ban like 3 months ago to make things fresher, you know?
I've seen a couple people in chat being like, should do them after every set release.
Maybe not every set release.
I don't think you'd be buying a damn card if they did it after set release, friend.
Yeah, no.
If
I don't think you'd build a deck again.
They ban everything before the set. Like, please buy
this
product.
shit better not have a 51% win rate. Ooh.
If
I
we
think
move
a better. No, I was gonna say like it would probably be better if it's like every 4 months instead because it gives you at least a little freshness. You get 3 ban lists per year, and I think that keeps it more faster than what it is currently.
It would be nice as well as for the regions that don't get 2 finals a year for us all to be playing on the same ban list or like the same set because it's really frustrating every year that like usually EU are the ones that are just like gimmicked into playing a fake format that doesn't exist. But like everyone except NA Season 2 are on the same set of cards, which is actually kind of surprising because some EX11 product is being opened right now, but like the release date isn't this weekend, is
it's
it?
this next Friday, but like
yeah,
you know.
Okay, so that's why it's like
it's how the UK usually gets their like events. It's like we're playing the last possible weekend of a set when the new set has already released.
Or the first one. Those are always.
Oh yeah, the first.
I prefer those though.
I do agree that I think like maybe introducing another ban list like in the cycle. I think like 3 per year or like per like Digimon competitive cycle would probably like help a lot. Just especially when like from after August until like now we've had it so a lot of like powerful things like get released and like the power level is just like so high that by the time that you start like the first tournament of like the season after Worlds, if we didn't get a ban list, it's so cooked because there's just too many decks to like account for.
Yeah,
and
the
like
floor is too high.
I remember the Scottish event. I literally had to take Imperial because it was the deck that had like the most even matchup spreads, and that was like when we got BT 21.
Yeah, that was 21.
No, when did Galactic release?
I think Hero was legal.
BT21 is when Galactic came out, the new stuff.
No, the new Galactic stuff wasn't out yet.
Oh, you might be right. It might have been BT20 or combined booster set 2.5.
No, yeah, it was 2.0, 2.5 because I got 2.0.
Yeah, I had
product.
to. Shouts to Jolie for Royal Knighting me 3 times.
That was also like that was also the fact that we were playing catch up.
Yeah.
In terms of like getting all the sets like released at once. And the big
damn, that was a year ago.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a crazy year.
When you're having fun.
It's been a crazy year. I'm so glad we don't have like we joked about it on the show, but it's so glad to like not like have to watch somebody like create like a fake tier 1 deck that like gets to get 5. Remember when Lord Knight won a bunch of stuff in Japan and that deck was doo-doo dog shit?
Industry plant deck.
Just like actually the most fake pile of crap I'd ever seen.
I don't understand why they hate Levia.
I won't say it was fake. I would say it was just like I think it was just one of those best of one things where it works really well for them. But like when someone realizes how to play against that deck in a best of 3 format, it got cooked.
Scotland was old Galactic. Yeah, damn. All right. You know what? I never remember anything anyway.
Do we want to talk Japanese format / like...
Yeah, speaking of, now that we're all synced up, we've all been playing the same format for a little while. Japanese Nationals just finished day 2 today. The Ultimate Cups, I think, are all separate now as well. I don't know if you guys... I don't think we talked about it on the show. Y'all see the Gamamons, the arts and stuff? They look great.
They're nice. They're nice.
It's the Gamma Egg. It's the... Oh, shoot. What gamma is it? I think it's the one from LM. Let me find it.
Oh, the one that most people don't have.
Yeah, and then the serious one is the hero one, and I can't remember which 5 it is. I think it might be BT21, but they look really good. Dang, we're starting with this one.
Yeah, I
Do
don't
we
know.
want to start with the numbers?
We can jump with wherever. It's a 7 out of odd that I'll just jump through.
That's cool.
We can go through the numbers because we do obviously have the stats thanks to our stats guy, Mr. TommyNT.
Oh, look, someone says I agree with Darren. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. So the stats for Japanese nationals this year are going to be: you are going to get clickbaited, user on the internet. You are going to get clickbaited because
We're always right.
Bandai split up all the archetypes. But if you just want to get mad online, TS broken, best deck in game. TS broken, best deck in game. If you count up all the TS piles together, they equal or exceed Hoodiemon, depending on if you want to be nice to Venuspon or not. But top 16, Andrew's got the top 64 breakdown here. A little lower for Hoodiemon than it used to be. A tiny
but Japan
bit.
also
Japanese
loves new
finals,
stuff. They love new toys.
They do, but
they're so shiny.
But if new toy syndrome can't stop 1/4 of people playing Hoodiemon, that's a good deck.
It's dumb.
Yeah, so top 16 was 4 Hoodie, 2 Roll Knights, 2 TS Iliad. We'll talk about that in a sec. 2 Abyss Area, including the eventual winner. Talk about that in a sec. Medusamon, 1 TS Venus. That one, maybe we'll let that one lie. And then Maste, Bagra Army, and Omnimon.
Bagra sweep.
Bagra really interesting, actually.
Shout out to Omnimon, though.
Yeah, dude. You might notice that it's not on the
cool.
pie chart for crap here. It sneaks its way up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, Bagra is really interesting, though. The sample size on Bagra suggests that a bunch more of basically Bagra's conversion was such that almost all the Bagras that I have seen made top 32 out of this cut, and then all lost to top 32 except for one guy.
Yeah, because eventually you'll open in a best of 1 Clown Fiesta. You'll open no Uamano, you'll mulligan, open no Uamano, and you look at your opponent dead in the eyes and like, oh, congrats, congrats on top 16.
And then our top 4, so that's the breakdown for top 16. Top 4 is Hoodiemon, Royal Knights, Hoodiemon, and the first place winner is Blue TS. But we'll go through that in a minute here.
Congrats to Blue TS, because I don't think Blue TS is as good as like the other versions, but that's neither here nor there.
It's got trainings, bro. It's a blue deck that happens to be TS.
I love blue aggro. I love unsuspending.
Yeah. So do we want to? We can go through
first
this.
of all, what is up with this Nihongo Jiaozu guy? Like, where's this guy from?
Let me find out. Congratulations to Bandai username.
You could be very well be Japanese, but it's throwing me off. It's just
Khan. Shout out to Khan. It's a hoodie mid-range pile almost.
No, this is second place deck, right?
This is 4th place.
Yeah.
Oh, 4th, my fault.
It's all good. So there's a couple things in this list. I love when we get to do these little breakdowns. This deck is like an approximation of like how you would best of oneify, at least from my opinion, how you would best of oneify a Western mid-range hoodie deck. It's still doing the only Wormmon you need is 1. It's still playing enough of the only good hoodie removal cards. And it is still playing the Rota of Tamers that you actually want. But Digilab, this is like, I believe, the first showing for Digilab making top cut.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe the OCE list was playing any. I have to check that.
I don't know.
Was it legal for
no.
OCE?
It wasn't legal.
Oceania wasn't legal.
Yeah, there you go. So, this is the first showing for Digilab, and spoilers, both 2nd and 4th are playing.
What's the effect on Digilab again?
It lets you revert
and gain 2 memory. It's the original reverts.
So it's weird to me that they went with Digilab, but then they chose to play Palmon, which is like functionally is worse than Terrier, because like if you're gonna play a revert rookie but you're playing Digilab, surely you'd want the rookie that just gives you like more tamers, especially when
Palmon is the go. So because that extra memory matters. If they put you at 3 Evo like for 4, then it allows you to revert and get the extra memory. So that's why usually you see the Palmon get played. That memory matters for you to be able to just OTK people out of nowhere.
I think because they're on like 4 Shaku and like no additional like mid-range pieces, like no Venus or anything like that, I think like they can just tap into Tulip a little bit more. So I can definitely see like why the Palmon is valued more.
It's also 3 memory if you do this Digilab over a Palmon. So like that opens up a lot of the extra memory lets you be a little bit more specific about how you choke if you're playing mid-range. Like, you've got a bunch of 4-cost tamers, you've got a bunch of like things that you can use. So the extra memory helps a lot for just being able to be a little bit more flexible. And of course, you know, sometimes being 1 memory short on a loop feels bad. So
it's cool. I also think there's some inherent kind of interesting parts to this. Like Marcy mentioned, there's not as many of the mid-range pieces. There's actually no non-archetype CS cards here. This is the first time I've seen this in a little while where Hoodie isn't splashing out into its ceases. We like to joke about the Infinity Stones. Obviously, the loop hasn't necessarily hit the conversion you would like it to have seen in Best of One. Some people suggest that this is deep state interference. I don't know if Jambo's got it on that one. Kohei's going to hit the card eventually, bro. Don't worry. But for the meantime, I think it suggests a little bit more that like we kind of real ones have seen a couple tier lists here on the internet and known that everybody has their opinion on Hoodie. But like the thing Shakomon does is still so advantageous into the field that like you still don't have to do more. Like the Venus was nice to basically turn skip the people that you had to turn skip, but it doesn't work on Medusa, which is the new annoying stack deck, because they can just swing to combo first instead. And it doesn't work on anything else because like reasonably the format went back around to on play. So in a certain degree, I kind of understand why they're like moving around these plays.
I think the main thing is that like
Venusmon's ass. That's just pointed to. I don't care what anybody says. You could in today's game, that card is so easily played around. It's not even funny. Like the people that were coping on the crazy Homeros Venus combo.
Oh yeah, the Yellowback stuff. No,
I think it's just straight cope.
That combo I don't think is very good, but I think like with Venus, especially if you're playing like the mid-range shooty version, and again, this version taps a little bit more into the loop, so which is also weird that they're not playing HPD because like when you like for Shaco and things like that, like you can do like a bunch of like insane value plays with HPD, but against like I guess because of TS rotating out certain decks like rocks or things like that, sometimes they're just like you just don't have the kill, and the only thing you can kind of like do is like you set up the Venus for the next turn just to get yourself the turn. And like a lot of decks can like play through it, but it's never clean and they're never killing you through it. But I do like that they committed to like 3 Ryuji. I think like cutting Vulcan made a lot of sense. Like in 24, you just don't really need Vulcan anymore. And like I saw like 2 Ice Archery, amazing. I love it.
Best comment printed last year. I think it might be worth talking about the second place Hoodie list before we look at the other stuff here, because there is some interesting overlap. In that the option suite is similar, but like the actual game plan situation.
In a best of one situation, I'm just gonna go full gas with Hoodie. There's no point in trying to make this a longer game than it needs to be.
I think the thing with Hoodie in best of one is that like a lot of people don't consider, because you're right. Why, a little bit of kiss, keep it simple, stupid. But this deck sacks the shit out of you. You chip this thing, you have a 50% chance of losing the game.
Oops, you go. Oops.
Yeah.
This version's extra sacky because they're playing like the CS boost.
Yeah. So there are facets to like the way that like, we think about like, best of one just means you play all the consistency cards. Best of one can mean you play volatility, actually.
I'm trying to sack.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be better. You
can get away with playing some deeply dishonest stuff. The deck can do that anyway.
HPD gets hit out, GG, no read, dog.
Exactly.
Let's check security and you're just like, damn.
The one thing I'll give this list that I think we didn't get a chance to talk about in terms of like the context of how Hoodie has been playing lately is this is the first list I've seen top. Never mind do as well as second place. This is the first Hoodie list I've seen top with no Betamon. And I think that's a very big best of one adaptation.
You don't need to edit like in this particular version, right? There's nothing you're trying to like add back. Like this is like fake mid-range. They're only playing the Ryuji and like one of each of the options because like there are just some decks that like they just genuinely need the out, but on average, this is just like a soft loop version.
Yeah.
Minus like I guess like
they're on a lot more Erica than I would expect for a loop.
No, hold on, backtrack. There's no loop in this. This is no Palmon.
Sorry.
There's no revert. Oh,
I'm sorry. This is on like 3 worm. These guys are just
know how this person won like no Palmon. This shit is crazy. But Wormmon plus Erica, that Hoodiemon doing like 18k 3 checks though. That's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, a lot of decks can't answer 3 checks on turn 2. To be fair.
I've
I think
seen some footage of lists playing these mem boosts in some best of one tournaments. I've seen a couple, like specifically, I want to make sure I give the credit correctly. I've seen some Singaporean events being played like this, where people are opting for more Wormmons. I don't think that's the wave in best of 3, but the idea is more Wormmons, and then the boosts basically let you evolve over Erica and treat this deck like a baby hybrid pot.
Well, the thing with the worm, right, is
So-
like when you account for the pile, is like you can like just go 2d3 checks into shock for the 4th.
Mhm.
And then that's just like pile for game, right? Because
Yeah.
at that point, swing twice. That's probably like why they still choose to keep like the Mirei. Because you want to try draw into like your unsearchables.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. Lots been said about
I don't
Hoodie
know,
over the years.
I think it depends on where you're residing on, because I think on North America, I've seen a lot of people play the Wormmon for like a more like the mid-range version.
Mhm.
And for me personally, from me trying the deck out, I hate the deck personally. I don't like playing it. But Wormmon, doing the Wormmon Evo in your Hoodiemon for 2 is correct in my opinion. And mind you, it's not just from your hand, it's from your trash as well. So like if you had that only that one Hoodie early on and you were able to set up that Wormmon for the following turn, you raise that, put the Eric underneath, you Evo from the trash into the Hoodie for 2, you pop the F off and you just, continue going for game. And I think that's a lot of people people don't realize how good the Wormmon can be in that situation where that one of Hoodie you only saw can now be used multiple times because it could be used from the trash.
I
That's
think
true. It like supplants the need for the Betamon, right? Like if the
Yes.
Hoodie's the thing
Yeah,
you're adding
exactly.
back anyway.
Yeah, like
And,
if you took this list and you took out 2 of the Wormmon, put 2 Betamon, it looks a lot more like an English kind of style list where we're on the.
Looks like the
you-
ones that did well at Nats.
Yeah.
No Seizure, so a little bit less on the drop power, but like Seizure's like okay. I think like there's something to be said about instead of playing the CS boost, they could have played like Chartreuse because it would have found like everything but the Gatsu. And then that way they would have like access to like their pile Dramon a little bit more.
I guess the CS
But,
like the CS boost finds you your tamers,
It
which
finds
is relevant.
tamers.
I think the need also to find green and yellow on board simultaneously can make using the boost itself tougher. But like also lol sack from security, man, it's best of 1.
Well, you have like Tento, right? If they're on like 4 Tento. I mean, this list is literally like 4 Tento, 3 Worm is like I will make early Hoodiemon. And
Yeah.
then like it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter what my opponent does. I've made an early Hoodie. I've like 3-4 checked my opponent. It's like put him on better have it.
Speaking of better have it, this feels like an excellent segue to talk about 3rd place, which was Royal Knights. It is the lowest, dirtiest, nastiest, cheapest Royal Knights list I've seen in a minute. That's 8 Magnamon.
This shit sucks.
Okay, you say
for the sack
you say
one.
cheapest, but can we at
Sorry,
least?
not money
that
cheapest,
bread he
nem
spent
cost
is real.
cheapest. Yeah, my bad. I obviously see the 4 2-star Omni at this chat. I'm not
You
saying.
see also the SP Alpha one?
Yeah. Listen, all I'm saying is the advantage to having just the ability to, in most turns, play 2 blockers is actually enough to meaningfully stave off some of the aggression in some of the TS pot. And so the adaptation towards cheap stuff, I do not expect this to do, or sorry, we've seen this kind of Royal Knights build before.
And it
did
does
very
fine
well
somehow.
at JP Finals #1. But I do not think this is a thing you should be ready to play into for best of 3. It's another
Like
one
his
like
ass.
you play.
The tax version is so PP. It's just so
It's
stinky.
PP, but they'll find the hoodie players. That's the problem. They'll
That's the
find
thing,
them and they'll
right?
go
This-
7-1 in Swiss and they'll make it out.
The thing as well is like if all you're doing is by turn 3 playing 0 cost Magnamons, you have memory to pay for tamer cards. So there are layers to this stuff. The other advantage is Dynasmon got better this format. Somehow a card that we were all like, wow, this dude's nuts. This is like a game changer for Royal Knights. Dynasmon actually got a little better because boards that do kind of want to like present a threat across the way, like if you play against like an aquatic TS Neptune Venus pile, you do have reasonable access to getting rid of their cheap stuff in a way that they can't really stop. Yes, they'll Venus you. The Linger's done, bro. You can't save the Gomamon.
Yeah, it also does not cost 14. Like, I
Yes.
mean, I'm not going to put this out there for the Royal Knights players because they're still going to crash into the wall anyway, but like, sometimes overflow is real and you should acknowledge it. You should read your opponent's cards.
And then the I think last quirk to this that I'll give it its credit is that there had been sort of a trend in a lot of best of 1, especially Japanese players I'd seen playing Royal Knights, going to stuff like the mem setting mat. Sorry, not mem setting, mem setting tie to get the extra 2 KDP in the mirrors. I don't think it's gonna matter when Royal Knights
It's
fell
not
to
in the
converting the
mirror.
way it did. Yeah, it came up, man.
Actually,
But like broadly speaking, it's not. It you know, the data shows here that like you were lucky to see another Royal Knight player at the table, never mind in front of you. So kudos to third place, bro. Good for blocker pile.
I think the funny
I
thing
hate this
is
deck.
the thing about the
This is
like the
so-
tax build is like it's like, oh yeah, no, I have this for this and this for this, and then we'll get to first place and it's like, oh, did you have anything for that? That's right, no, you
Yeah,
didn't.
nobody had anything for this.
Neptune is the goal.
It's just like the problem is that deck is so like I'm trying not to lose. That's what that deck is to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if that's your mindset on it, then like you're gonna get cooked eventually. Like
Mhm.
shout out to him. He did phenomenal, obviously, but like in a best of 3, they're gonna figure that out and try to win way faster than you're gonna get that set up. Going.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
really
know.
frustrating as well because like obviously the deck was designed initially to not lose and then set up the inevitability, and then Omnimon shows up with the boys, but now it's just like they've drifted apart over COVID. He only really catches up with like 3 or 4 of the homies still, and it's just it's like him on an alt account, and then like 2 of his favorite non-Magnamon knights, and it's just like when BT13 Omni comes down, I'm always like, is that enough? And then I remember that
And then
you
you
realize
remember
it is.
Jesmon exists. And it turns out it
Jesmon,
was.
and then
Yeah.
Oryuka, and they gotta take that
Listen,
card away from
chat,
them.
the Royals hit is coming, but I think you're still drunk if you think it's Omekamon.
To be fair, this
I
is
truly
also-
can't help you.
I don't know what it is at this
It's
point. Like, just weird.
Jesmon! It's Jesmon! It's been Jesmon for a year and a half!
I don't know if it's. I think like they'll probably
He's 3
like.
I don't know
damage!
about that.
This is
You're
a
not
deck.
wrong. I just don't know if that's what they're gonna hit though.
That's not what they're gonna.
Yeah,
hit.
they won't hit it. But
I
they,
don't even
just
They're
like
gonna
it's
hit
been
Omeka.
Surbex
They're gonna
for
hit
3 years,
Omekamon
dude.
The
because
problem-
it's
the
the one
problem with,
people
like,
bitch about.
The problem with the Jesmon is like the Jesmon is only good against like obviously like Hoodie, warps
Yeah.
it, but like anything that could like theoretically like taunt it or like give it a target, the Jesmon, the token, like unironically, like the token sometimes is a hindrance because like it's just a thing for you to interact with on the opponent's board. But like realistically, they'll probably like start choice restriction. Maybe we'll make use of that choice restriction and they'll
Would be interesting, right? Would probably fix the deck on its own.
they'll
Yeah.
start choice restricting things more. I think this fish list is like kind of funny because they're not playing like they're not playing the Shellmon, so
It
Yeah,
is
it's-
designed in a
it's
lab to
crazy.
beat Royal Knights.
It's not TS good stuff. It's like, well, sorry, it is categorically TS good stuff, but it's not the blue TS piles we've been seeing a million times. This is a fish aggro deck.
Yeah. It's excellent. Like, if you like fishing and hate Royal Knights, it's been a great year of Digimon. Aegistramon soloed Royal Knights by themselves,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like we've basically taken the 3 colors of Aegistramon and put them into guy that fucking hates Royal Knights and girl that fucking hates Royal Knights.
Yeah.
And Maruki's
not
there, I
wrong.
guess.
I think it's because it's blue.
Marcio talked about this last time on the show too, but like, it was specifically Minerva at that point. But like, one of the things that comes up is that like, damn, these guys are cheap to hard play, and
Oh,
it
you just slam.
beats your Hoodie matchup in some cases. So you kind of achieve this beautiful little Venn diagram of like, can sack Hoodie, can sack RKs, do 4 damage by turn 3.
Well, the thing
And
with
then
like
if you're
with
in
this
there,
build,
you're good.
with this build, like they can't play the Minerva because they opted to commit to like
Yeah,
the blue
it's all blue.
trainings, which is why they're playing like the Maruki.
Still fine.
What does Shockmon float into again? Is it TS or is it?
TS tagged?
Okay, for some reason I thought it was Titan, but that's our Titan representation. Look at that level 5 lineup and Waymon.
That card's a bozo. That card's so annoying.
What, Shock?
Yeah,
Shock's really funny.
crazy, bro.
I think like Neptune, people are like Neptune is so cool and quirky. Give it a little bit. And this card's like the most annoying ass fucking like double protection guy like ever.
Super evade 2 times. We really needed it.
The Neptune is like really belligerent, but we'll get there in a couple of weeks and people will kind of catch on
I'm talking
to.
about when it comes to all the Olympus 12s that release, that I said Neptune is the most generic of each one.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
You can play in any blue deck and it's a good top end. You can play obviously any type of Olympus 12 deck and it just helps boost it and doesn't hinder it. It's just such a good card.
Even with like Sylphie, right? Like you can go like swing Sylphie and then like evolve it to Neptune or like
2 checks on suspend, 2 checks,
Yeah.
some shit like that. I don't know. You do some
Yeah.
crazy shit. The only downside with this deck, I noticed, you didn't mention it. That training is going to bomb deck all your Dan and Yukis,
Yeah.
Dan and Cannons, I should say, and it's going to bomb deck your Elecmons and Patamons
And the
Adriamons
Homeros.
because he's running 4 of it, and Homeros.
Yeah,
A lot more
but,
cards
like-
than you think, but you're consistent. you're there to just consistently find your main pieces, and if you bottom deck those, it probably doesn't hurt as much, I guess, and you're just hoping you just draw into it.
The fundamental game plan to some of these like Lanamon beatdown piles, this is a much more specifically tuned thing than most of the ones you people have probably seen on the internet. Your average YouTube deck profile is not playing blue trainings and a line to get into Marukido.
I don't know, Digika, you'll take trainings from their cold dead hands.
That's true. I don't want to jump on the goats, guys. They do no ball. But the disadvantage that people are like, I think you're right in that like losing Dan and Cannon can kick you in the ass if you're playing an actual TS deck.
Well, the guy's playing 4, right?
The difference in this deck, and like from what I'd see, like I've seen snippets of how this played out, as well as obviously the big final. But like this deck lives and dies around its 5 free evolving rookies and making a free evolution. So if you whiff the free evolution on the rookie, you're just training the other Gomamon into the Lanamon. Like the whole game plan is produce your decode 4 aggro piece. And if you just do that 3 times, the game is over. It's an interesting, like from there, people will either like, you know, you can use what's his name to go into Neptune, Divermon. You can use Divermon to go into Neptune for kind of like a reduced resource requirement. Keeps your pieces moving a little better because you're still cycling the card out of hand to draw. You can use Sharkmon for his ridiculously belligerent card text that should not have been printed. But hey, they know ball. I don't. What am I doing? And then the Waymon is the like sneaky thing to like get your tamers into play. So if you've just basically been forced to cycle over and over again, the Waymon actually gets your cards down at technically, like even for Homeros, like technically reduced value. So
yeah, it's pretty cool because like the AGO is barrier, and then the other 2 4s are obviously giving you that protection. So like even though your Waymon, it's not Divermon, it should live its check. Like something has to go categorically wrong.
They will, because all the Lanamons give you can't be deleted in battle.
Yeah, so like unless you hit like an option in security, like you're chilling. Yeah. You effectively have progress.
Yeah, man.
I found it very interesting. You're running all of this, including Venusmon at 3 of. You're not running at least 1 Shellmon. That's an interesting choice because I think that's a very strong combo. Doing the Diver plus Shellmon to get into your Venus plus Neptune. I think it's a very strong combo. I'm very surprised they're not running it because you put the Wave underneath, you swing with the Divermon effect, you play at the Shellmon, and then you do the end of turn effects, and you pop the F off, and you call it a day. You give them probably the same amount you hard drop a Neptune or something. Well, like probably like anywhere between like 3 to 6 memory you give them, but man, double. Jeez, that's a strong play. But I respect what they did here, though.
That's sort of what I was like looking at as well. Is that like the couple combos like. There's not a lot of decks that like cleanly beat it in like 1 turn. You can like half break the board, but then like they get another turn. But it's interesting that they chose to just commit to like the like barrier with the Agiomon just to like make it so that like they can at least like eliminate like the weakness from like battle, right?
It is really interesting as well because like in theory as well, if you don't make Neptune on your turn, when the Divermon makes it back to you, it just unsuspends and turns into Neptune for free. Like, just awful. Just like removal to start your turn is insane.
Hey, for me personally, please, just always evo them. I cook them with while I'm playing for Nats. I cook them and you evo them. Don't hard drop them. Don't hard drop them.
Are you keeping it like a secret where you're playing or?
No, I've already talked about it. Well, actually, the episode that I really confirmed it is not coming out until next Friday, I guess. So, yeah, but I've talked about it. I don't care about talking about it if you want me to talk about it, but
sure. What's the vibe for EX11 if you've seen JP Nats? Does this change any of what you feel about EX11? If people are like, damn, TS was good.
What do you mean?
Well,
for
like,
Nats?
Yeah, for Nats. Oh no, Nats isn't evil for you guys, is it?
No, EX11 not Nats.
Never mind. You know what you're playing anyway.
That's all I was like, wait, I'm confused. Wait.
No, it's not legal.
What's the sauce I don't know about? Yeah.
Wait, what are you playing?
I am playing Diaboromon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Absolutely super. Actually, I know that deck is good, but like nobody fucking plays it, and they build it wrong. It's good. The deck is so good.
Every person that I've seen I've seen a lot of people talk about the deck. Yeah, that's the goal. But a lot of people that I've seen play the deck or build the deck, I'm like, dog, what are you doing? This deck is all about OTK nowadays. Like, yes, you have the control aspect of it, but man, you're about to go 2-check CS Diabor and swing with your tokens, go Diabor X for game or Armageddon for game nowadays. People also sleep on Armageddon for some reason.
It's
It
so
is
good
not a
this
good
far.
Card's
card.
broken.
That
Card's
card
broken.
stops. That card stops your worst matchup, in my opinion. As long as you get it out early, obviously. Everything I'm talking about is like as long as you have what you see, you got game type shit. But like if you don't see, you don't see it. But I think it has a very good matchup into basically everything in the game outside of like 2 decks, and I'm gonna take my chance. And obviously one card is Crimson Blaze. Obviously,
Well, yeah.
I've learned to play around it quite a bit. If it's insecurity, you can't help it. Like don't be scared. Run through it, and if they have it, they have it. Like that's all you gotta do. And sometimes they have it.
I think it's a great pick. I definitely think it's like people are like, oh, this deck is like even in our no, actually no, because we stand on business.
We gave it its flowers. I just said it's not fair. The Crimson Blaze merchants exist.
Yes, but
and I think the Crimson Blaze merchants are going to be the ones that are going to overly use it and like commit to it way too early before they realize, and then that's how they're gonna get cooked.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decks that just like Crimson Blaze, in my opinion, is only good in security because if you're committing to playing it on empty board to stop a turn, realistically, like, okay, I will just do it again the next turn because whatever you're playing, you're not gonna kill me from passing me like 6 with Crimson Blaze, right? That's like the one action that you took that turn.
I don't know. I think with the one exception is TS. Passing exactly 6 to just nuke all their economy
Sure.
is like incredibly good.
Send
But
Homerus
that's
to
next
sleep.
like
That's it. The difference. Like if you guys don't know this, by the way, you can't open pass against TS. You must find a way to give them, like giving them 7 is better than giving them 3. And it sounds super stupid. It sounds super stupid. But like literally just look at the numbers, chat.
It's very dependent on what they have.
If
and
they
what's set
don't
up in
have the
back.
rookie and they don't have all the tamers set up, then you can get away with it. But the more set up
Because
they are,
even-
you are hosed.
If it's just a tamer and a rookie and you give them 1, like I'll take my
that's
chances that you're not
different.
going to do too much like with that. Like sure, you can possibly do things, but it's just like I think people are too like you have to read the board state. Yes, there's times that you need to give them that 5
If you
and
give
you
them
hope they don't
4 and
have
they
it.
have Cancan,
Like-
Homeros, Sirocco, bro, sign the slip. It's done.
What if there's no next turn? Don't worry, there's no next turn for them. They better have played it at the perfect time when it comes to Diaboromon. But anyways, yeah, it's just very depending. Like I think people from what I've heard, from what people talk about when it comes to those tamers, specifically Asuna and Hiroko, they're like the moment they see it, it's like you gotta give them 5.
No, yeah.
You gotta pay attention to
Yeah.
that board state. Like if they have just a Lekmon or a Tapermon or something like that in the back, like you'll probably be all right. Like don't stress it too much because they're gonna have to pass turn if you put them to 1 and they hard play something and they're not gonna be able to DNA. Again, it's very that's where I think that that's gonna set up the different players. Like that's where good to great, they're gonna know when to give them that 5 memory, when to not give them that 5 memory, and so on, especially now, which I think is good for the game because the whole game has been for a minute. Give your opponent 1 memory as much as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now it's like you gotta think about, do you want to give them the 5 or you want to give them the 1 and you might get cooked because you give them the 1. You know, it's pretty cool how that happens now.
Yeah, I'd have nothing but nice things to say about TS if they hadn't made the interestingly designed cards promos that people can't afford.
I bought them all for like $5 if that.
Thank you. That was correct. I tried to help everybody I know back in September, and they were like, "I'll throw my money away in February."
I did not play enough of Time Strangers to know I needed a deck that I wanted to play a deck that had 4 promos,
I
but
need 4 Digimons. They're $90.
That's crazy.
But I think with like I think like Diabar is like the kind of deck where a lot of people they don't know how to gauge like what your deck does.
Yeah.
And then you'll do something and then they go, wait, it does what now?
every Diaboromon does something different. It is the most you have
Every
to pick
time
it
you
up.
read it, it does something different.
Yeah.
And that's the other
So-
thing. If you get 2 down, the moment you get 2 Diabar, if it's a matchup that you're not playing for aggro and you have to play for like control, you get 2 Diaboromons down with like different effects, you win the game because it's just like they're not playing through it. There are so little things that play through it.
Genuinely, I wish that the
Zevzar,
new one had an alt, just so you could just make it as difficult to read as possible and just play like 1 alt, 1 regular, different Diaboromon, information overload, go.
Yeah, no, Diabor X does so much when it comes to like interrupting your opponent's plays. They think they have the out or something like that, and then you go, whoopsies, we play something else out and we're going to use protection. And then because I played something else out, I'm going to interrupt more and stuff like that. I think it's such a great card.
Mhm.
I talk about like, I've heard people say it's not that good a card. I'm like, bro, this card
Card's
is
amazing.
a combo extender and is a game ender for you, and it's kind of what the deck needed to do well, I think, in today's game. And then on top of like Armageddon plus that is like a double kill. Like it's kind of cool. You go, Armageddon for 3, you swing for that last check, and then you go Diablo X for game or something like that. Like you have that extra push for game because of that card, and it doesn't matter if you pass turn because overclock, right? I think it's pretty cool in that aspect.
Armageddon's so funny, man.
And I think it has a good matchup. Again, this is for me in my own personal testing. And I've been playing against good Hudi players. It has a good matchup against Hoodiemon, and people might not realize that because of one, you have DP neg protection. All their DP negs outside in Kilomon is all their turn DP neg, and that's their main, their main removal. Obviously, if they have the option to like de-digivolve, call it a day, whatever, like you got it, dog, you got it. I can't help that, But their main removal is DP neg. So on top of Ace, Diablo Ace cooks that deck. So
good.
You go,
they
go play Digimon by an effect. Cool. My effect pops off now. I'm gonna pop your Hoodiemon. What's your turn look like now? You don't have a turn anymore because you're done. And then you just cook them after that, and whatever happens. But I think it's a good matchup. I think it has a good matchup in Royal Knights because you're slower. You're a slow deck. Cool. I get to set up now. I can set up a couple erratas. So when I pop off, I'm gonna drop you with a bunch of 5-6 token rush. I'm gonna swing for game, and Armageddon is gonna stop your Omeka from going to OmniX and trying to bomb deck me. That's what happened to one of my case tournament that I ran. They talk about in that last pod that's just recorded. But Varney was playing Royal Knights, and it was just I cooked him 2-0 because of that. Like I got Armageddon out, and I go play Ekmon, please. Evo for nothing.
yeah.
You're gonna get nothing out
absolutely
of it.
Nothing.
And so like that ended up winning me the game because of that.
You valued the rush, or do you value the memory more from the Kurisari?
Oh, rush, 100%. In today's game, it's rush all day, every day, because you have the ability to go turn 2 OTK. If they give you the right memory and you're already set up correctly, I've done it. Like I said, it's not something that's going to happen all often at all, but like you could go turn 2 kill if you have like double training or something like that. And it's pretty crazy when you have that pop off, because you in today's game, it's just the game's too much. It's too fast for you to give another turn if you don't have to. And so, you go swing 2 checks, swing 2-3 tamers, tokens, and then you go X for game. EX11 Diaboromon seems decent against Diaboromon.
Well,
again,
not your problem for this format.
Yeah,
EX11 is like whatever. All right, cool. I don't care about for that.
It's a different game. Yeah,
Medusamon is an easy matchup for me as long as I see the correct plays. Cyrakamon is not a hard Digimon you can deal. It's not a hard Digimon to deal with. You just de-digivolve it, and you lose the whole protection. Like everything about that is cooked, which is pretty good. And then they give you tokens, whatever. I guess sure.
You can overclock with the petrified tokens, man. It's that easy.
You could.
Just, as with everything, it's just don't get sacked for Crimson Blaze, Lamau.
Yeah, and
so what an exciting card. I'm glad that's in the format.
I definitely agree that I think.
Let me say one more thing real quick before you make a point. I hope, this is my hope, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I hope Crimson Blaze gets hit on the ban list.
I think it should.
Yeah, it should. Bandai picking the 3rd card from their top, right? Like, it's not...
I think it sort of needs
There's a dog out on the loose,
I think it's like fake counterplay where I think they should make decks that have outs to certain things as opposed to just relying on cards that discount themselves. Because Crimson, when you're paying 2 to 3 for Crimson Blaze, it's that's okay. When it's free, it's just here's an action that I just get to take with no downside. And I think that's why we're getting the DATS cards that are just option and then evolve. Because at least it's
those are cool.
Those are very neat. Because it's okay, I'm paying for the removal, but I'm also progressing the game state. With Crimson Blaze, it's just if it's the right matchup, it's just a freebie. And at least with Floodgates, you have to play the Floodgate down and hope that it sticks, or you have a way to give it protection or whatever. But something like Crimson Blaze, it's just oh, I drew the Crimson Blaze, my opponent has X amount of guys, drop it down, or I sack it in security.
You decide when enough memory is enough to afford to use that Floodgate. It's not.
Against Diaboromon, I'm giving them easy, 2 to 3 minimum reduction on that play. So,
Yeah, I used to
like,
complain about
it is
Tactimon
what it
because
is.
he just existed to make Crimson Blaze cost 3. That's
Yeah.
all he did.
It's super stupid
Yeah.
too, because like the extent to which it sees play outside of just being like like, you know, there's enough has been said on the internet about rainbow piles and like how they all get to use like, oh, the 1-ofs are bad, but like Hoodie gets to play 5 1-ofs, so like it doesn't actually feel like they have a restriction. Whatever, man. Like we could talk about that forever. When in color, like engines can't use these generics to a synergistic, like the 2 decks in red are like Gallant can raise the DP threshold if you play exactly the egg. Wow, that, you know, if you're Henny He, congratulations, that's going to win you a regional. But most Gallantmon players are schmucks, so it's not going to work out. If you're Styrakomon, the 2 tokens get cheap, so you can do that and pass like 2. Woo! But like the card isn't designed in a way to complement either the actual use for a red deck or the actual use for counterplay. It's just to sack. Like the game has gone so far past its means that like this card existing you will never. My brother once mentioned it's a little bit droll and awkwardy. I think that might even be nice.
Yeah,
but, you know,
that's a valid point. Draw Lawford-esque. Yeah, it definitely is.
I just
Definitely is.
there's layers to it where it's like there are cards that they print. You know, it's a different game ago, man.
It's so interesting to look at it.
Since BT8.
Yeah, like
Because especially when that game back then, when that was printed, BT8, right?
Yeah.
Elixir. I don't know if you had it up. That game was a different game where
I'll
like
still buy my
that
3,
one
though.
turn you miss doesn't matter. Right now in today's game, you skip someone's turn because that's the way the deck plays. You're cooked. And so it's one of those things like Yu-Gi-Oh! In that aspect where like older cards that like were like floodgatey-esque didn't matter as much back then, but in today's game, because that game is like, you know, 3 turns max usually, you're dead. And same concept in this, like obviously our game can last a lot longer than that, but man, in today's game where it's faster than it was back then, it is a little bit annoying of a card for sure.
Like the reasonable version of this is Congo, and like even then Congo is still somehow
Another
the
David
stacky
card as
nightmare.
well.
Yeah, wow, it's almost like these designed Sorai too. If we want to get
It's
really
a sovereign. It's a
granular.
sovereign
Oh,
option.
Yeah, they were like, we don't have any
Sovereigns.
identity for
What's
these
what they
cards.
smoking?
Except
And
the
then
green
there's
one.
Mugen.
And then Mugen blows. The
Mugen
green
is
one
the
just
worst
stops.
option in
ass.
Digimon.
Mugen's ass, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but it looks nice. That's a cool Digimon.
4
They're
costs
never-
to lock 1 guy.
They're never making this like they're Davis as dual cards is my like. I guess that's the hope now because I got nothing else. I will give it this though. One more thing about Diaboromon is I think people have largely slept on just the like Diaboromon X has gotten his flowers plenty. People were that was one of those guys that we were all like, when they finally make this card, you know, people at locals who will be excited about it. But bro, Paramon X. Paramon X is the sort of card that
Arguably-
changes the way generic shells get played. If you've not seen
Arguably the best card in that set.
yeah, I
The best
do not
common.
understand, man. The like watching Kara X, like I've seen like black base Dark Masters because you can Kara X to have the things to delete from your Dark Masters pieces. You can Kara X to make your Armageddon. Like it's just so dumb and it's so efficient.
Wait, how does the reduction work for Dark Masters if you Kara X?
You can't.
You can't. You just start with the 5. The 5 can delete the token.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's more of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
version. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Well, you have to run those
you have enough.
anyways.
Yeah,
regardless.
you have enough tools that you can do what you want. And also, you know that shit says you may, right? Not that you've ever seen a Diaboromon player not play a token.
I
But
will
if
give
you're
up
gonna-
advantage,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I don't actually need it right now.
I'm sure y'all
Um,
seen the blue hybrid version.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Elixir, I guess you not. So it's like blue hybrid. Imagine blue hybrid, but with like 10 Karamons with Kara X, and then like 4 Armageddons, and you just do like what you did with red version instead of black version. You just
Yeah.
raise, you just swing out, and just have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, this is not a real deck. Stop it.
That's awesome.
But they're doing it, like, you know, it's a thing. It's a
Ancient
free draw.
Garurumon is enough
It's a
of a
2
deck
draw.
himself.
It's 2 draws free basically off that card, right? You for the Evo plus you play the token, you get the Sumi draw, and there's 2 cards right there, pot of greed, basically, right? Essentially, and then like now you have your token. You play the Armageddon for 3. You can potentially swing with it. You can do a lot of damage with it just because. And now imagine that, but with Diaboromon, what the deck is supposed to be for. When you go turn 2, get into a Diaboromon stack, and they go, I don't know if I can out this. That following turn sometimes that's all it needs in your game. You're gaming.
That's what I like about the Diaboromon. It can play for tempo. Like if like sometimes like Kara X plus like trading, it's like this represents Diaboromon does my opponent know this? If they don't, I can just like promote and just like put stuff on board and go, you have to do something.
God forbid, like if you have those, let's say you go turn 1, you go Kara X, and then you drop a training. It doesn't matter if they put you to 1, you're going to deal board next turn. If you want to do that, or you wait and like, play more resources out and then call it, and then, react to them depending on what they're playing against.
Super neat. I think there's like a lot of, there's like a couple of other things. I think like even in like BT 24, I think like a lot of the TS stuff has been doing well, but I think like Medusa did relatively well, right? Like,
Medusa was 2 of top 16, but they both made, I think they both died out at top 8.
I think that's like another deck that kind of like hints at like what I would want the game to be, which is like Medusa is the kind of deck that like interacts with things that you would need Crimson Blaze for, because you can just like pick out the things from the trash to stop them from like floating or whatever. Because a lot of the times it's like Crimson Blaze is never about like killing what's on board. It's like stopping from things from coming down, which is like that floodgate like aspect. But I think like Styraco is like another like neat one.
We've said on the show, right? Like deletion's been bad since they printed on delete. Like
I never think deletion is bad. It just depends what you're playing up against, right? Like
I'm sorry, it's the thing that the most decks can deal with.
It's very binary.
Yeah, it's your deck either cares or doesn't, and
it has the most counterplay against, right?
Yes, and so Medusa being able to like leverage the minimum deletion it has to do into actual like interactive decision-based gameplay too. It's not like put all their trash away. It's like you got to pick the correct thing. In some cases, it's sure. Most of the time, you just turn off the on delete by putting the card on the bottom.
Yeah, like it's not like.
But there are cases, right? There are cases where it's like you leave their junk in trash so that it's not available to them again at a later point in the end game. But also, you can specifically choose like, oh, I take away the problematic inheritable effect.
I think like the part of me is like there are some decks that I like Millenni, right? Like Millenni is a deck that whether you love it or hate it, it kind of needs its like fantasy to like go off a little bit, and so it's like it's the kind of deck that just
the deck is so fun.
How'd they make a red and black deck that loses to red and black, bro?
Right.
Bro, it's the ultimate role player style, but nobody cares.
Purple
That's
as well.
the crazy part.
Should totally say.
Yeah.
But like as much as I think like the bot deck part is neat, I think it also can create like really polarizing like matchups where it just takes out all of the nuance. Like against like Millennium, right? You just go, oh, I'll just bottom
nice machine Digimon nerd.
Yeah, I'll just bottom the thing you're trying to float into it. That's not like the most fun. I could be biased because I miss playing birds very much. Please give me back Garuda X. That's all I'll say.
I think it is really interesting as well. Just like the deletion would be in a much better spot if a lot of these all turns when this Digimon would leave, if it just said except by deletion. Funny enough, they gave it to Ragnar. They were like, ooh, assemble the jigsaw puzzle. And if you do it wrong, I'll put a hammer through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Styraco also like I think it's interesting. It's going to become less about how good the Medusamon's bot decking effect is next set, when the deck genuinely gets cards that just put it at a power level where you're like, this is the red deck to play. I don't want to spoil the slop 3-hour video that you guys are going to get in your inbox in about a week or two, but like I do think in EX11 it's better than Jesmon. I don't think it's particularly close either. And so the difference is that like it goes from a binary check to flexible gameplay with branching choices. And that's good in Digimon. It should be about like, can the player screw together all the pieces that it needs until they have a line that like interacts on the board, presents damage. Like that's fun to play the card game in that way.
See, Tom, the thing is, right, is that you're adding like too much nuance, and that this is
square,
not inflammatory enough.
Square hole.
I want to know what Dan thinks is going to win NA Nats. Okay, like
oh my bad.
Like we need some like hot takes.
Let me get the real quick to the Styraco thing. It's just a red magnetic Dramon. Like it's
red
OTK people. Like what are we talking about? It's not even like that complicated of a gameplay. You just do trash all this stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And try to kill. That's all you do.
Well, you have to choose to do that, right? Rocks got to OTK kind of like by accident.
Yeah, I would kind of say magnetic is actually a black Styrakomon if you think about it.
The fucked up part of Styraco
magnetic came out first, so you can't even say that.
Yeah, appropriation really.
The fucked up part about Styrakomon is if your opponent has practiced the format, it is immediately obvious The first action in the sequence a Styrakumon player will take will tell you if they're trying to OTK or if they're trying to build the board.
Sure.
And like rocks, you have no fucking idea if they've got it. You just sort of go, oh, I hope you don't have too many of the eggs. And if they do, it's over.
Here's how you know they got it.
Yeah.
They got 2 eggs in trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere one in the trash or one on the field. It doesn't matter where it is. They got it at that point.
Because my bounce bot deck or Digivolve will definitely answer the ball.
Wait. You got Icemon now. Icemon.
I truly, we're gonna be talking about Icemon for months now, y'all. It's
Pissing me off.
We've started crushing Icemons.
My roommate has theirs. Nobody else in my locals is getting Icemons. I'm not putting that evil in my locals.
The card, it's just so funny because I think magnetic is like red, where it has bricking problems too. Like it's only a few like non-red decks that has it. So like it's so funny watching them because I've done this. I've played against it quite a bit in like tournaments and whatnot. They go, all right, they got their first egg in the trash already, and they got the second one. They raise that second stack. They go Icemon. I'm like, I'm cooked. Like, should I just scoop this up now? And then they go Progano, and then they're like, I got nothing else. Oh,
that's my favorite thing about like OTK decks.
Raise the Aboromon. I'm cooking you now, dog.
I love easy OTK decks because every so often, like we're really notorious for this. Sometimes we'll just sit back and go, I bet you're a dog though.
Yeah, you don't have it.
Yo, I've done that to people.
The problem with rocks, bro, is you sit there and you're like, the time it's gonna take for me to figure out if you have it or don't have it is 10 minutes while you fumble this shit and eat my clock alive. Like, it's so boring.
I think it's just a case of like, I think there are cool level 7 liberators, and then there are like ones that are not as cool. And I'll say that like Nya Boots is kind of cool when being used in the sense that like it's intended and not just a glorified Blitz Omni. When you're just like going evolve on whatever. But like when you get to trigger like the all turns and like you get to like continue like populate the board and stuff is neat. And like Aria, I think Aria is really cool.
I think it being targeted DP minus is also really funny because like going like Jesmon swing 45k whatever big numbers is funny, but also when they just go Nabu. That'll be 35 million on your stack, please.
But they're just like not at the power level that then they were like, okay, we'll test on these level 7. Yeah, they came out first. We'll develop these like level 7s that are like these guys want to chill on the board and like they do a little bit of pressure. The next ones are actually just Hitler and they just kill you.
Yeah, and then they did Necromon, so they had like an out.
You know that meme that's like,
Necro?
I like, yeah.
I forgot about Necro.
Hey,
bro is not in the room.
At least Arie and Yabu came out in plot relevant chapters.
Yeah, poor Necromon. I'll give it this though. It's like
I hate
when they were going through like designing all the cards, they were like moving the pieces around and trying to work this stuff out. It's like that meme where they're like, it's too late, bro. I've already drawn you as the Soy Jack and me as the Chad face. It's like, it's not your fault, bro. Bandai gave me the newer card. Nice secret rare from last set. Meet secret rare from this set.
I hate most of Liberators 7s because they're all dumb, in my opinion. Like, as outside of like Arimon, just because I love Arimon, but like Magnetic is just such a. It's so basic.
The best. I love.
Neobo is so ass to me. Styrako is like whatever. Is like Vortextramon is probably like the only cool one that they got, and it's just like. This thing is broken as AF for no reason.
no, for no reason. I'm the protagonist.
That was such
I deserve special treatment. Deserve special treatment. It's my time, okay? Like, War Greymon had his time. Imperial had their time. This is new gen. Like,
Greymon barely got his time. Black War Greymon came out, and people hate on the deck so much that they hit him one. We did well, one Nats. Us Black War Greymon players did well in one Nats, which was US Nats. And then next week, plow, Greymon X got hit immediately because we can't have Black or Greymon X running rampant. Shut the F up, all you people. God damn it. We haven't had good Greymon deck since.
What were you doing in BT9? Where were you in January?
In BT9, he was the third best, bro. It was hype. He was the third best. It was hard as hell.
Alphamon and Metal Grumon were better than.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Grandis got there.
We're just disrespecting the bug like that.
Grandis got
Grandis you have to play on board.
Grandis got good for EX3, bro. He was like kind of a jobber in 9.
Yeah, that's fair.
In BT9, he converted worse than in EX3.
Here, maybe. Sorry, like not necessarily here. Like in Japan, maybe no. Like Grandis was like very good. Why?
No, bro. It's been a minute since we looked at
They
BT9.
looked at
Really, there are three
Wait,
decks that won
EX
things.
It was Grandis though. Yeah, Grandis. It was
Grandis.
Grandis, Melga,
Melga and Alphamon,
Greymon
and
X.
then an
Greymon
enormous
X.
gap.
Yeah.
A gap
Yeah,
so
and then
big
more
you'd
Greymon
call
X.
it a tier or two.
Yeah, but Grandis was like top 3.
Yeah, it was number 3.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
justice for Greymon X.
No,
Justice for
listen.
Greymon X. We need to come back.
Back to Misplay, baby. Nothing should ever come off the ban list. We shouldn't keep printing these slop cards.
I don't know. It's really funny when I think that
Well, they've done it
Jesmon
with
should, or Gankumon
I
should be
want
allowed to
TommyNT
OTK.
back. I want him out of here. I don't care if that deck's bad. Get rid of him anyway. I want Savior Huckmon gone again.
No.
Just for the
Yes,
culture, get the
Digipanda.
one-ups out.
Digipanda, yes. Greymon's protection is so old, it doesn't even matter to
That card's not for protection. It's because it's a training on legs.
Yeah,
If you guys can have Greymon back if they ban delay.
Backtrack. If every deck can go, I'm gonna go from a 3 to a 7 with like 1 memory. Why can't Greymon do it?
He's kind of right,
Bro,
actually.
Listen, I am a
Tell me
Greymon
why.
diehard.
Give me-
Why
give me a
introduce the
legit
devil
reason
back
why
into
they
your
can't.
home? Why? Like, it's about game design, right? You're like,
The game is
Design
gone.
Right F.
The game's gone.
Right
The
F.
game's gone.
we
Free
can
Evo.
pretend it's right? Why do people want Greymon when B2 Gabumon is right? You're so right, actually.
I agree. It should come back too, but that's again neither here nor there at this point.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
man.
Seb was playing.
Cross 4, that's a different story. Cross 4 can say that.
Yeah.
This is the other thing. I was laughing because that clip, Dan, was the best TCG content I've seen on here. Where your shit was everything I don't play is cringe and everything I play is based, and
Which is
that's
correct.
the only true part of card
That's
games.
That's the
That's the
correct
only
thing.
thing that's true in card games.
Which is
I
why the
don't-
mirror is so funny.
I spend months working on data to get testing sets together for people for tournaments. That shit's fake as fuck. Numbers are lies. Whatever you like is cool. That's the only
It really
true
is.
part.
It really. All jokes aside, like realistically, like I could shit on whatever deck I could shit on because I think one thing, which is usually I think it's basic deck. That's usually what it comes down to. I think it's basic and it just doesn't take brains to play it, like Imperial or something like that. But like realistically, it's because I think that someone next to me could go, I love
Somebody
Imperial
else is
because
like,
all I
wow,
gotta do is
fucking
OTK.
Diaboromon
You know what I'm
again.
saying? Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah,
purple
it's
hybrid,
card
purple
game.
hybrid. I play purple
Yeah.
hybrid now. I swear this, play. But then someone could go, oh, purple hybrid is basic as fuck too. And I'm like,
Exactly.
blah blah
No,
blah.
I gotta think
But
about
what I do. What I do try to keep it fair though, when people talk about our pods or whatever, is like when it comes to ban lists, it doesn't matter if my favorite deck was purple hybrid back in the day. I knew Matt needs to get hit. Like
Yeah.
everyone should have known that. Like, but what I hate is when listen to people that talk about their own favorite decks, like Galaxy. Bro, that red deck need to go. That red tamer need to go. And same with the blue one. When blue got banned, thank God it should have. But like you have people that swear by it because that's their favorite deck. Bro, keep
Exactly.
it,
It's
right
up-
here. Keep it fair.
Dude, if we're talking about banning the things that objectively need to go, we're talking about rotating the card game. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to
Dude,
tell you that.
Me and
Yeah.
Marcio were playing, like,
Defense.
Marcio's picked up
You don't like
Barber.
Kusoge, my friend.
Yeah, like the amount of times I'm like, hey bro, check this shit out, and I'll turn skip someone, and they'll be like, that's so degenerate. I'm like, yeah, it fucking is. Isn't it
Yeah.
rad? When you're on this side of the table, this shit is fire.
I think the
But when
videos.
you're on the other side, you're screaming.
I think
Marcio
the
triple
videos
turn
about-
skipped me at locals this week.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
that's
was
the
a
best way to do
recorder.
it. Black or Greymon Ace. Gain 3 memory. You know what I'm saying?
It's great.
Yeah, Blackwall Grey counters Bargra. Anyway, check this shit out as I kickflip over 3 of his bodies with retaliation and clear his stuff in a best of 1 3v3 and win.
GG no re.
Which is why I'll always stand by that Hoodie, his peak, because like I didn't OTK you because I'm playing
What?
mid range. I love Hoodie.
Listen,
love
I don't
Hoodie.
want to
Ew.
put him on blast
It's like
too hard.
it's a civil war, bro.
I was talking about this. With,
Ew.
I was talking about this with the
Oh,
homie
yeah.
Sambo at locals.
I
this week.
deserve to win. It's my time.
The
Pick a
true.
top tier.
We're not doing a takes episode or nothing. I think it would be fun to eventually again. But man, I gotta keep it a buck. Digimon is at a point now where there's almost no difference between an honest mid-range deck that makes an unbeatable board and you just lose the next turn, or an OTK deck. Like, there's truly, the gameplay is funks identical if the way it ends is, and I pass, you win, GG.
But if I turn skip you, they technically got an extra turn.
They get a lethal or living clip, and therefore it's cool again.
That's crazy.
nobody likes to get OTK'd, but when I taunt something and then I take their stack from nursery and they didn't get to play that turn anyway, at least the
It's
person,
different. Yeah.
it's different. They don't feel bad about it because it's like, yeah, I guess I shouldn't have promoted.
And when it's their first time ever getting turn skipped, it's like the opposite of like a kid's Christmas because they don't understand that
Santa's dead. Santa's dead.
Yeah.
Santa's dead. Progress. Santa's dead.
It's just like, I'm
that's
fine.
crazy.
I'm gonna
That's
cross
crazy.
the road, and they don't know that like, Wonder Woman's invisible vehicle is about to hit them at 300 miles an hour. So yeah, it's really fun seeing like that. Them put the pieces together and just go, oh,
Bro, did you just say Wonder Woman's invisible vehicle, by the way?
yes, sir.
That's the name of the episode.
No, I did that someone with Black or Gray one time. They're not new to the game, but they never played against Black or Gray on Ace when it first came out. And I forced him his turn skip. I gained like 3 memory. And then the following turn, I went Gaiomon, did another 2 checks and like swung with something else. It might have been 3 checks. And I went Omni for game. And they were like, oh. I was like, yeah.
Getting Omnimon X index the on Liberator on Omnimon Focus and just going, oh shit, yeah, this is half red or half blue is so annoying. Thinking that you have that one
Funniest-
extra check and then just going, oh, my bad.
The funniest is when you go, if you ever seen like Wargreymon OTK with Omni X now,
Oh,
the whole point is you build the
Five
one
damage,
stack
yeah.
and you go into the secret Wargreymon that has like 5 that does like 5 damage or whatever, and then you go, they're like, oh, I'm not dead, and then you go X antibody, Evo to Omni X, and then you go 5 checks, and then end the turn game. They're like, oh, this is different. This is different.
Dorbeck's even funnier for that IMO. Like genuinely, it just being like I don't think this stack kills, and then X antibody, my bad. I guess
I
you're
think-
super dead.
The Wargreymon OTK is hype too because it's like the clown car version of the good gameplay moment that Jessmon does, where Jessmon swings and evolves into a roll knight. You're like, oh shit, he's gonna do it. When Wargrey does it, you're like, fuck me. What if something goes wrong though? Maybe I might. And you're never.
You need to draw God when you do that though. Like if you're playing like Wargrey OTK, like you had to be God's on your side for that because
Yeah, you got your AirPods in, you're listening to the Digimon
Yeah.
opening in English and Japanese, and you just like can't hear your opponent at all. It's like,
Hey, yeah,
with
You
God as my
top deck,
witness.
forget butterfly comes on. You're like, oh, I did it.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, listen, we got a little distracted, gentlemen. This is a lot
We
of
did,
words
my
to
fault.
say. Hoodiemon's winning Nats, right? It's kind of broken. Thoughts and
Ew.
commenters.
Now the question is, do you think it'll be mid range or loop?
Bro, I don't care. What did we say before?
We'll see
Everything I'm
both.
not playing is cringe.
We'll see both of it in NA Nats. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll see at least multiple versions of that.
Yeah,
And I'm
will-
good with it.
Will they find room for one more memory option? Like, well, it'll be like Hammer Spark, HPD, Blinding Ray, Graph Crush. Will they like Tropical Venom?
Venom,
Will one
yeah.
make it?
You'll see the one
That's the real
win
goal
rate,
shot.
and then Jambo will put out like 13 think pieces on Twitter. It's like, we fixed the format. I fucking love win rate, bro. I that's my favorite. Like
Win rate is
hoodie.
60%.
If
That-
win rate wins an event again and they get it banned from this success streak of this
That'd be so
EX1
funny.
tile filler,
That'd be hilarious.
I will be buying the PXP slides and I will wear them on an episode. I swear to God.
I think I would be surprised if Hoodie wins because I think the sentiment is like Hoodie is maybe not the best deck in the room, but like the deck that people
Also, let's be real. Like Moment's gonna find his way to top 2, and he eats hoodie for
not.
breakfast.
There's no way. I mean, okay, I said there's no way, but like
I'm not even sure if he's going though.
I want to
Because
Very
come
good
back to what you.
question, actually.
He already had his world's invite. So
I
I
Okay,
want
doubt
to finish
he's
what you were
doing it.
saying, Marcio, because I think that's you started something that was crazy, but I know you're going to get somewhere.
wait, what?
You said you don't think Hoodie's the best deck in the room, but
No,
and then
no,
you
no, no.
got interrupted.
No, I said I don't think Hoodie will win, even though it's like will be like the most like accounted for deck.
Yeah.
Because everybody will like put some counter to it in their deck of
Ooh,
some
copies of
capacity.
Crimson
Sure.
Blades.
Okay, that's a much more. I think what you said before was you said it wasn't the deck in the room, but this I totally am with you now.
Yeah, like even I think there's like a lot of things that will do well into Hoodie, but all of these things are contingent on them. Like, did I see the thing that helps me against my Hoodie matchup? Because
Mhm.
it's either you put a tech for the matchup or your deck naturally does well into it. And I think we'll see in Europe finals, we saw a lot more of like decks that did well into it versus decks that
Correct.
have to put something into the matchup. Like say for example, like in your example, like Yabaro, you've tested against Hoodie, you don't have to play a specific card to beat the matchup because you already do well into it. But like there's a lot of people that'll go, I'll play Crimson Blaze when I have no business doing. Because like I need something for
I'll play worse rookies or something that gives me the color slot in order to fit it.
Yep,
Like
yep.
purple and red is like great examples. Like we had Levia that obviously did fantastic. Virus Imperial, if you cheat, and also have
that's the thing, right? That deck is tainted now because like nobody.
Yeah, we actually
play.
can't talk about it's objective, bro. If you haven't tapped back into the fact that the new Imperial they announced this morning is support for that deck, it doesn't matter that it's going to be good going forward because the deck's a cheater deck.
Yeah, and then like Red Hybrid did amazing in
Amazing.
OCE.
In AU, yeah.
Top four.
It was top 4.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Top 4.
third place.
My bad.
It lost to
They don't get any
Jackie
extra prizes.
Chan.
So sad.
Yeah, what a name.
It's
Dude,
so
I'm so glad we have a Red Hybrid representative that we
Chan.
can say his name without having a massive asterisk of like,
Oh yeah,
this is how it's
listen.
spelt.
Yeah.
Nah, but I mean, I think Red Hybrid. It's one of the few decks that always can kind of have it, and I don't even think that build was like that. There was Jackie playing Graph Crush?
No, it was
no,
two
it was-
Blaze,
I think it was
two
Blaze
Blaze, 4
4.
floodgates.
Those were like the tech spots.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah, he had like at least 3 of each of the floodgates got to solar. I don't know what it is, but I know he had them.
Hard-working Red Hybrid. That's what I'd like to see. Honest gameplay.
Sometimes the hard work is opening double Solomon in your opening hand.
he wanted to win it more.
And your opponent decides to now run red purple.
Look,
all I can say
as a
is
Mallow player,
that is
as a Mallow
Jambo's
player,
fault.
I was so tight to look at that. I saw that deck list. I was like, there's like 3 cards in here that's missing. That's like so crucial. But that's,
Yeah.
you know,
But I
made
congrats to
sense.
him. Congrats to him for being able to top that high. But still,
But it made sense, right? Because he was like, people are not going to account for me. I don't have to take the space. I can just pretend that, my floodgates. And then the hardworking, the People's Champ Red Hybrid shows up, double solar, pack it up, and it was cinema.
Also, I'll be real. like-
F that. As someone who played that deck, I know for a goddamn fact that there's a chance that someone's gonna play a floodgate and I'm gonna get cooked. You gotta have the out to it. Medieval cooks that
Poor
deck and you don't
Digimon.
have your outs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I feel. Like Medieval, that's hard. It's a hard counter Medieval, right? But you have to be able to play those outs specifically to deal with it. Same with the floodgates. You have to have one card. That Skull Bellucci didn't do jack shit for you. I know he didn't do that much work for you. Like, dog, I get the idea of what Skull Bellucci does as someone who plays a share of that deck and did well with it. Like, I get it. But floodgates kill you, and you need a floodgate killer.
I think that it's interesting because it's like the difference in like fuck it, we ball versus like no, but like I have to prepare for my counters, and I think you are someone that wants to make sure like you're prepared and you're happy to like.
We were misinformation peddling, by the way. They did
It's
play
2-2.
They played 2 Blaze.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
For sure.
2-2-2.
All right, just triple checking.
2 of each
Is
floodgate plus 2 Blaze.
There are people that are like, no, my opponent won't have it, right? And then lo and behold, on stream get cooked versus like,
I cooked by that shit.
No, you know what? He was actually
Digidane. I
Digidane,
like
he's a
like him
genius.
Digital getting fried once again. It's the content creator curse.
No,
it's not
it's
his
so
fault.
peak. He was gonna just go like he built Greedy. That's a content
Free my
creator.
mans.
That's a content creator
Yeah.
at the start. He got a list from Jambo, which is great content in itself because if the list goes wrong, you blame Jambo.
You
And then
can
he
blame
gets
someone.
rage baited on stream by double floodgate. It's so peak.
It's just I don't know. And it also still helps. It still helps your combos. It's not like it doesn't do anything for
But
you.
it's
Yeah,
not
of course.
Maybe it
greedy
doesn't kill
enough.
anything, but it's still another name. Anyways, and Venom, not having one Venom as someone, not one Venom kills me.
I love Venom. I love the
Yeah.
card's sick.
Venom
Like,
is one of those that
Mallow,
it really like
you
sets you
get-
apart. Like some people just don't get it, and then people are like, "No,
No.
the card's crazy" as a one-off.
The purple deck should not have access to a lock, so you should play
Yeah.
it because it's objectively broken.
The lock. You should
Yeah.
also not have access to bot deck. Don't know what they were thinking.
A purple
But
deck.
hey, that's what colors he
You
is.
know, that's why we're triple color, baby.
That's what colors
we
he
get
is.
all everything.
There are rules around here, sir.
Oh yeah, to be fair,
Yeah,
we also
that's
come
why-
from a region where we have a 2-time champion whose game plan for his bad matchups was voila, I will dodge him.
Yeah,
Saf,
it'd be like that sometimes.
Saf took Red Hybrid as one on Red Hybrid. Like, what's your out to Machine Dramon? And he's like, dodge them. That was it.
That motherfucker did it, dude.
Yeah, he played
did it
12
tonight.
rounds,
right?
dodge machine, every single one of them.
I gave him that like machine killer. Man, you just got me nostalgic for like BT12.
No, there's nothing nostalgic about
do you remember
machine.
that? You remember? No. I gave him the machine.
Hey, that's one of my favorite decks. Don't do that.
It was the Black War Greymon that like unsuspends when it
Yeah, the
attacks
BT4,
the big. Yeah, I called it
right?
was the machine killer Black War Greymon.
Yeah, that shit was so
And
funny.
he took that. He got top 32, I think. He basically played against two machines, and they got a judge call because he was like, "Can he do this?" And he's like, "Yes, he's going to hit your machine Dramon 7."
Yeah, it's peak.
Wait, which card was this? Wait, backtrack.
There's a Black War Greymon
The
from like
BT1
Booty filler set. and
BT1.
It's a
Black
secret
War
rare.
Greymon.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
and it's when it
one.
attacks
Okay,
the
I know what
highest
you're talking about.
DP. Yeah. The build back I built it out of spite
Yeah,
because I
I
think
remember that. Yeah.
everything I don't play is cringe, right? Machine Dramon is for glue eaters. But
That's crazy.
this is where we're at, right? So I was like, damn, I hate Machine. I think you could be dead at the table and play this. Let's build a deck that beats the Machine Dramon players and makes them sad. And that's card games, baby.
Sure is.
I love spite. Like, we talk about
Okay.
spite drafting in draft, but just spiteful deck building, where it's like, why is this in your list? It's like, because I hate
purple player when I hit them in the head for 9 damage.
At least I think it's interesting that like Digimon, we at least have like things to complain about that are like
It's fun, man. I
more
love this game.
substantial. Back then, it was so simple. We would complain over
So
like
simple.
recover
So
+1. Oh my god, he keeps recovering. There's no way.
Dude.
This deck sucks. And that was just like,
Remember the dudes who hated green because Puppetmon for 10?
Bro, that was a problem card back then. Yeah.
It's crazy because I was trying to rage bait the Discord this morning because obviously the Junomon reveals were shown as part of JP
Yeah.
Nats.
You
And
are
then-
just lying, by the way.
And I
These
just
two
did
here,
I did
nefarious misinformation.
I
slash
peddler
cards.
I was barely up.
Marcio does not read messages to his credit. Bro, it was so funny. Bro was like, he was in the thread this afternoon, like, are we podcasting today? Bro, you replied under the schedule.
Gotta ask.
Yeah, but no, I was just like trying to rage bait the Discord. It's like, oh, Junomon can play 8-cost angels. Like, oh, I wonder what 8-cost angels we get. I go slash card Magna Angemon BT1. Nobody
No.
cares. Nobody cares, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
we've come past that now.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
You remember when that card used to be
Minimum one's
$60?
crazy.
They should ban it for the
insane.
culture though.
I remember like what was it?
The
Flame
streets use that one.
Hellscythe. Flame Hellscythe into Magna to recover 1, and it was
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
wow,
Yeah,
awesome
BT7.
gameplay.
Or sorry, BT8 format even.
Yeah, now they printed
What a combo.
Mandala, and you could now you're a holy wave
say
does
holy
damage.
Yeah, well, the times to live. I like the times where we're going into for the fact that like both players can play. Like if you brick, like you can like the brick is not as hard as back in the day was. So it's like you have those things like trainings
Oh,
and
yeah,
boosts to be able to get yourself out of there, mulligans and stuff. Man, back then when you brick,
Oh,
Oh, when it was top
Jeez.
5 mulligan. Oh,
When I first started playing with the like BT6, EX1, ST7 like release block, and the first time I sat down, I had been playing like hella Pokemon and Magic online throughout COVID, and my brother sat me down, and he was like, "Yeah, there's no mulligan rule. Good luck." And that was the card game for a year and a half, bro.
yeah, I came from Vanguard mulligan when you got to selectively pick your cards and send them back. It's just like, no, top 5. You better hope that your one of your mono is in the top 15 cards. Otherwise, you're fucked. Unlucky.
hey, I mean, I came from Yu-Gi-Oh. There was no mulligans.
no mulligan.
Yeah.
What's real quick? What's like your biggest like op deck like in Digimon? What's the one deck like you sit down and you can't like? You're just like, oh, I'm already.
You see the egg flip and you immediately are like rolling your eyes into like table 25.
Nowadays or like all time.
Both.
All time. Get the bloodlet out.
time.
Yeah.
I got a lot all time ones.
What's your
Melgo was
dynasty?
one of them. Oh my god, I hate person that thing. Alpha one for a time period, just because one
I get it.
person in our locals played it
Yeah.
and plays it, and then he was so bad, but he won with it, and I was like, it made me eye roll because I knew it wasn't that hard to win if he won it with it, type shit. What else?
That's
my
awesome.
God.
That's you with rocks now,
nowadays-
Marcio.
I don't know. Nowadays, I don't feel like it's as bad because like it feels like everything could just do the same shit, like where you just die like instantly. So it's like, all right, this is the one I'm versing. That's I'm gonna die now type of thing.
I think Magna X
Red
was
hybrid,
oh, really?
red hybrid for temporarily because I was
Really?
like, I knew that I was like, well, if I don't win, he gets to do 5 checks uncontested. Great.
But which
You
which
know?
version? Which version of like
The ancient gray.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. it's
Real
like for a lot
Misplay
of
lore heads remember that I talk about it every time it comes up. That was the moment I realized Digimon was a fuckers game, is because I was able to do 17k 17 checks with that card, and I was like, damn, I didn't win the game that turn. This game sucks balls.
It's so funny. Someone said in the chat, they said new one, and I actually think that quite opposite, and I actually like that matchup.
Numemon is so
Matchup, but,
frustrating
like-
for me because
like
if that one fuck ass tournament that made people realize Numemon was good hadn't happened when we were going into BT15, I think Numemon would have been like a people's champ deck potentially. I think the fact that we had to put up with it for an additional 7 months or whatever because people just went, oh, I've got most of the cards.
6 months. It was February to August.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, BT15, I can still kind of play Numemon at home. And Numemon at home was still like a war criminal. It's just that the media was not covering him. And unfortunately, he got coverage sooner. So then you had to put up with Numemon for way longer than it should have been. It should have been a cool rogue deck that was a really interesting idea. And it turned into Starlin for a year.
I think it's because like a lot of people like some of the common ones is like Magna X, like some decks were just like
I didn't
just
care about Magna X.
exactly
like,
right.
What were you playing?
Depends on which format.
When
If it's
it-
like
BT16
post
when it
APOC
was
ban list,
like-
BT15 or
Yeah.
so new one.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I love that deck. But
Yeah, man,
I
I
played
bet
other
you
decks as
did.
well.
But I think
New
it's
one was
because
such a fun deck to me. But
I think it's because you're like
played some other stuff.
competitively oriented, right? So it's like because you tend to obviously I'm not doubting that you don't have like your pet decks, but like you are not above playing like a good like top tier deck like Nume. So you don't care about Magna X that much because it's like, well, I'm playing this deck that like it doesn't bother me as much. But for the pet deckers, it's just like, oh, my deck just does not have an out.
Yeah.
It's
So,
definitely a
like,
casual filter deck.
Let me stop you for real quick. Yes, competitively wise, but like I take any deck. It doesn't matter. I could take Mamimon, and if I bring it to a tournament, I expect to win just because that's my mentality. So then it doesn't matter what it is that I played.
When are
I'm
you dropping
expected
that
to win,
Mamimon
and I
list,
learned.
by the
And
way?
if you take Mamimon to a tournament, I now
I dropped
expect
that
you
list
to win.
like a long time ago.
Oh shit, I missed it then because I need to send it to our local Mamemon enjoyer.
Well, like I had made a newer one with aces and stuff. That was such a fun list. Oh my god! With EX9 I made it. So
Yeah.
EX9 with the Mamimon. The high roll was crazy. Look. Hear me out. Deck on for 9, right? You hit Prince Mamimon and Thundermon. What's it called? Prince Mamimon effect. Search top 3. Play EX9 Mamimon. Affect the EX9 Mamimon. Play a Monochromon. You got 4 bodies. Turn 1. What are they going to do about it with ace bait? You know? All right.
yeah, this. I was listening
Yeah,
to the pod. I was like,
Dokkan.
yo, I need this because I need to send this
Yo,
to someone.
it's so fun. It's such a fun, stupid deck. I love it. And if it gets hit out security, oh my god, it's like so sacky to your opponent. It's crazy.
But
Man.
But yeah, no. So like, I forget. I played something else too. It wasn't just Numemon.
sure.
I was playing so BC16. What else is in BC16?
16 was like
Imperial was the
well,
other
it depends on the ban
It
list,
wasn't
right?
Imperial I was playing. Yeah.
It's like for a lot of people, like a lot of people hated Tyrant Kabuterimon, right? That was like the other like unaffected. Like,
I played Tyrant. I played Tyrant for a bit too. I love and hate Tyrant because I played one tournament, one regional win, and I had 3 ties. I'm never playing this deck ever again because the moment you get Tyrant out, your opponent goes, I don't know what to do with it, and then they play so slow because they don't know how to deal with it. I'm
exactly.
like, I'm not doing this again. But yeah, I really don't remember. Like again, Magna X was never something I was like so afraid of because you had ways to deal with it and like you had to know what to do with it.
Well, that's the thing, right?
And-
The deck you played had ways to do it. The
Yeah,
Digimon's
besides
history
Numemon,
is
besides
yeah,
Numemon,
yeah.
besides
Digimon's
Numemon.
history is like, does your shit have something that can happen?
Sure, yeah.
Like, was it lingering DP minus? Was that flavor of the month? Was it Digivolve? Was it Medusamon's new gimmick? Like, it's just there's always going to be something that is like, you have the kryptonite. You did it. Good job.
Yeah,
I think my current one is definitely like Rocks. This is like my new op. I do not like Rocks.
I remember 2 more after you say that. I remember 2 more.
Go ahead. No. Go.
Oh,
Yeah, we hear
Mirage,
Marcio every week.
Oh,
Mirage and Fenrir.
brother, you're
Mirage
talking to
and
3
Fenrir. When I used to-
Europeans.
Oh.
We hate Mirage.
Oh, I know. Blue was crazy in EU. Like we thought we were like, is it that good? And then
was
it's
that
like, it
format for
happens.
like
It,
a
it was
year.
pretty good.
It was just, it never went away, man.
People were like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't get to play full power Mirage. It's so cringe that they hit the Mac Galgamon before we got trainings. I'm like, good, brother.
Yeah.
How long would you say to give your opponents before you call a judge for slow play? It's a very hard. It depends
Slow
on
playing
like
is so
what they're
difficult.
doing.
It depends
It
on
is very hard.
Play enough Digimon, I
If
feel
it's
like
consistent,
yeah,
if it's consistent slow play, then you call the slow. You call a judge like, yo, he's slow playing. But if it's like it's one turn, he was like a little slow, and then he started speeding up, I think that's fine. Like it really depends.
I think it depends. Like the way that I always gauge it is like how many actions they're taking like on that particular turn. Because like sometimes they're not doing
Yeah.
anything, but they're eating up like a lot of time, and it's just like, oh, I'm just thinking about what I want to do. And it's like if somebody else was like to look at their hand, there's obviously like something like a little bit more obvious. But sometimes it'll just be like the case of like a deck that takes a lot of action, so that turn is just like naturally like very long,
Like
right?
a Galaxy player is going to waste 10 minutes of your time, even if they're playing as fast as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just
Yep,
like
yep, yep.
the deck just has to do like so many things, so that doesn't necessarily account for.
It's one of those things where it's like they take a minute and then they go training. And it's like, dog,
Yeah,
you could have played
right.
training a whole 60 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I get it. Like, I play Bagra. So, like, the amount of times I put, here is my wacky puzzle, solve it, and then they take a minute to solve it, and it's like, that. Yeah, no, that's on you. But if it's then like, okay, so what does the third gate do for the third time? I'm like, come on, bro. TikTok can't be setting in that
Yeah.
badly. I will say my number
Is that-
one op, like, when I would just, like, instantly mentally check out of a game was Machine back in BT 11, 12. Because
Really?
yeah, because it was ethical
played it back then too.
Dorumon. It was ethical Dorumon. Sometimes they would flip Dorumon, and I go, it's either Alphamon or I'm gonna blow my brains out. And then
Oh,
they
Dory, man. You're
evolve
talking about Dory.
Dory.
No, he's talking Doru.
Yeah,
When they used to
Dory,
load the
no,
source.
Flip
Yeah.
Dory and then go Doru.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. And then when I see the Tankdramon, then the eye roll happens. I'm like, I fucking hate you. One time I sat across from someone, Alphamon sleeves. They got the Bandai Alphamon sleeves. They got like
Oh,
a Royal Knights looking mat, and then it goes Dory, and I'm like, sick. Doru, sick. And then pass, I'm like, oh man, they must be brick. And then Numemon, I'm like, oh.
Yo, they got you on that one. That's so funny. That's so funny.
I went from being so chatty and just chatting with them to just dead silence, like, Floodgate.
I think, like,
Respond, please.
Nume was like weird because like BT50 Nume, I was playing like the low to the ground like armor rush deck because it was after the Terriermon starter.
Magnamon at home.
Yeah, like the Magnamon beatdown deck, and it was like Nume was kind of annoying to deal with because it was like pick up and play. Like anybody could just like buy the cards and do like relatively okay. Like obviously there were lines that were like a better Nume player will always win, but it was so above like a lot of things. And
Yeah.
then the moment that we got BT16, it was like, oh, I'm playing Tyrant. This is great. Like the Nume player will never get a turn. This is awesome.
and then
I
you
think-
realize it takes too long to set up and they just killed you before that happened.
Always, it depends, right? But
No, it does.
yeah, but I think it's like I tend to. It's never like a specific deck that annoys me. I think it's like I don't like decks that like it doesn't have much player agency, like something that like anybody can just like do the thing and win. That's why like currently I hate Rock so much because like it doesn't really matter what you do. If you just go evolve, like you will win the game. It extra pisses me off when they have to think about what they want to like trash for their effects, and it's always tumble. Like, what are we thinking about? You're either tumble to gain the memory or instantly digivolve, and then at some point you'll use the pop. But it's like, oh, I really got to think about what I'm trashing here, and it's like, no, you don't.
I think that's genuinely the most annoying form of slow play, where it's not like, oh, they're slow to do something, or like, oh, this deck is so slow. It's when in your head, blind, you know exactly what the action should be, but for some reason, the actions take 30 seconds longer than they should. Every single action. It's just like that. I don't want to scoop because I think you're a moron. So I'm just going to see if you have it, but you should have it. And it's just like, why did this take so long? I could have been dead 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's a frustrating one because, like, especially if you're playing the game consistently, you know exactly what the line is supposed to be, and you're just like, why did it taking so long to do it? Just strip the source that you need to strip, gain the memory. Like, come on, dog. Like, let's move this along. If you're gonna OTK me, just do it already. Like, I believe in you. Maybe, or you just don't have it. All right, cool, I get it. Like, if you don't get it, you don't have it. You don't have it. But like, that is definitely annoying to see. especially Imperial players. Oh my god, dog.
Oh, this line
I hate
is so
Imperial players
crazy, and
sometimes.
it's the same line every
It's
single
the
time.
same one line.
Yeah, like it comes
I don't even
honestly from like we are all like super competitive based, so like there's a lot of we've put in hours of testing, and we found that not everyone tests that much. Not everyone has the ability to test.
The moment when you can smell it in the air that you've played more of their deck than they have, and you hate their deck, that's the worst in Digimon.
Yo, that's so funny.
When you sit down and I'm like, man, I had to play so many fucking Rocks games, and you're here, you've played 6 games of Digimon ever, and you're my round 1. I want to die.
Yeah, no, that's something I felt about Imperial, especially back then. It was like, all right, so you're gonna swing with XVmon, you're gonna drop the Stigmon, you're gonna DNA, you're gonna gain the memory, you're gonna swing, unsuspend, swing, Evo to Imperial Jimon. I could recite the play right now. Like I just did. That's the main go-to play.
This is legacy. Hey, this is like when they were swinging with the XVmon. They don't even
the jamming one.
Like,
How is that from 2024?
Oh my god, dog. I have like not that I have PTSD, but it just irks me. Like that's how annoyed I was playing against them. I was like, dog, come on.
I
still play better than you do.
We are also obviously talking about like at events and stuff. If you're like actually new to the card game, this does not represent you. You're gonna get in the comments and be like, they hate people that are new. Go be mad in DGU's tier list comment section.
I never once like if I know you're a new player, like all right, cool. Like I'm gonna sit there, like let them do their thing, and it takes a little while. But I'm not gonna do that. But in a competitive setting, that's where I'm like, all right, come on, dog. You should.
Yeah, exactly. We both paid to be here. Come on.
There's no way you came to Nats and you don't know your plays. Like, come on, dog. Especially if it's deck like. Back was it last year's? I think it was when Mirage. I tested so much against Mirage that it made me hate Mirage even more. Like I would force Gino to play Mirage because I was playing Purple Hybrid. Mind you, he loves playing Mirage, so he doesn't care. But like it got to the point we were both sick of doing it because I was like, I need to hammer this out. I need to know every single play they do. I need to know every single play I need to do against this. Mind you, this man rolls like a god every single time. So it was like, I got to the point. This is what I got to the point. I was like, no one is going high roll like he does consistently. I think I'll be all right. And that's the mindset I got. I was like, I did it so much. Like Gino plays like, I don't understand. Like when it came to Mirage, that man, every time his security was double training, double boost or something like that. In the first 2 checks, and then he was always going into Mirage or Hexablow, right? And then have all the floodgates. I'm just like, great.
We have something like that for our locals as well. Like you play into TommyNT, and you'd be like, man, I don't have an out for this deck. And then you go to a regional and you wash the matchup and you go, oh, it's not him.
There's a reason he's a regional champion.
I'm being player diffed every time. And it just happened so frequently that like if like Emily's another notorious one for that, where she just rolls you and then you play the match and you go, oh, this shit's easy. Why was I struggling so much? You just go, oh, I'm being player diff in practice, so I'm dooming about decks that aren't that bad.
There's just certain decks with certain people that it's just like they are a god with it. It doesn't matter what it is, what era of the game it was. It's like if y'all know who Burrito is, aka Beelzebub, that man's is the Beelzebub player from day one or whatever, and like. I play sets against him quite a bit with his Beelzemon, and like, damn, why is this is so fucking nice. Like, what the fuck? Why is this like not being played as well? And I played against someone else playing Mallow. I think it was Tesla Mallow, and it was in a store regional, and they were playing Beelzemon, and I'm like, dog, this is ass. Like, why is this even like, why you thought this was good to play? And it was just like one of those things where it's just different with certain people with certain decks like that.
Some people just want it so much more than you.
It's like, I think there's something to be said about like people that can just like take a deck and then they just like warp it to the point where it's just like what you think is like a bad matchup, and then they go, no, this is actually a good matchup, and then you go, but how? And it's like, well, it's because they have like thousands of hours on that deck, right?
Johnny.
Like traditionally, like I played like Bloom from like EX3 till BT 15. Like that's all I played, and like I've beaten like Alphamon that I had no business beating because they wake up, blow up the board. But it's just like it's very fun when you as the player have like a lot of input into like that deck and you make it like look really good. I think that's like I love like deck mastery and like people that are like really good with that deck. Like Burrito, I see him like talking in like the Beelzemon threads, and he like invented like the modern versions of Beelzebub, because like he just knows the pool of the cards that people have access to.
Yeah, 100%. That was the same thing when it's so funny because people used to say that back. I'm talking about like OG, like so. This is when BT11 era or something like that. Black or Greymon versus Xmon. They used to say that Xmon used to be a bad matchup for Black or Greymon, and me and Varney play tested the shit out to the point where he was like, "Yo, there's no way I lose to any other Black or Greymon because you always had everything and you know how to play this matchup like it was a chess game." And that's how I taught that gameplay of that at the time, Black or Greymon versus Xmon. And sure enough, he played Black or Greymon players that did not play like me when it came to that, and he just cooked them because it was just so easy because of that.
It's so interesting when that happens because like we also have it with Knights. Funny enough, well, we would test Knights against like Marcio's house, so they've got some really strong Knights players, and then you would have to go play against other real Knights players because the real Knights players are not taking any of the like really intelligent lines that like we were testing into. It's like I need to play against like a 2-2 Joe Schmo just to see what like real Knights players are doing instead of what they should be doing, and stuff like that. Or if you played Alphamon into anyone from our local, bad time for you. They'll be like, oh, unless it was Cobb, shout out Cobb. Most of the time, you just like sit down from the Alphamon's like, yeah, I'm pretty good at Alphamon. I'm like, oh, our Alphamon's sitting over there in top 8. And you're down here with me. We are, you do not, I know this matchup way better than you. And Bloom was bad for it as well. We had, Marcio, Emily, Johnny, like and Usman as well. It's like 3 of the 4 best Blooms in the UK. And you just like, yeah, if you resolve green cards in front of me, I'll kill you. I'll kill you dead.
I think it's like, that's why I think the current stuff that we're getting like a lot of like multicolor stuff,
yeah,
which is like good and bad. I think like the Liberator stuff kind of like is really expecting Monaco, but like every deck is now like multicolor, like Hoodie or like Time Strangers, and like a lot of decks just kind of do the game plan like at you, and it's just like it doesn't really matter who's doing it. It's just like happening to. And I think like some of the Liberator decks are not like shot from that obviously like rocks, but I miss like I miss the old gameplay where like things like actually mattered like a little bit. I think like BT13 is like one of the formats where like player input like mattered a lot. And that was like a wide format, and like it like when people would do like you'd look at pie charts and it would be like Blue Flare, Belphamon, Shine, like all these kinds of decks, and it was like people that like tested like those decks in like a wide metagame. And you had to be good with your deck to like to play against everything, because your run was going to be like one of everything. Like you weren't just going to play against like one deck the entire day. Maybe Shine, because Shine in BT13 was a deck that existed. But
I want you to elaborate that, because I feel like I have a different take on that.
What do you want me to elaborate on specifically?
So you're saying that in today's game doesn't have any of those small nuances like that?
No. I think it's the modern decks like do more like in a vacuum. Like a deck just does more. Obviously, like it still matters like how you sequence things and like what you do, but like just the gradual like game progression is just like more powerful versus like
right
back then when it was like you had to like maybe like set up a little bit more, and like people that like were trying to be like more aggressive would get like punished more. There's not as much like room to punish like bad plays, I suppose, right? Just because like decks do so much. Like against like Rocks, sometimes like a Rocks player will just like promote aggressively, and it doesn't really matter because they just like got to do their thing. Versus like there wasn't really like that many decks that would promote early like that.
Even something like Belphamon, for example, if they chose to chip with one of the Gizmons in order to just like get something that might lose them the game in 2 turns because they needed it, they were banking on it dying, or it ends up out of place and it gets answered at a weird time, or it dies and then they have nothing to ask them on. Like there were decisions early game setting up mattered significantly more than now, where you can kind of whiff 3 things and still find a full combo.
Okay, I get what you're saying for sure. I think there is still that same nuances, because like sometimes if you do that one chip damage, it either helps or doesn't help in the long run. because of like the way the game is. Like, all right, I think it just changes the way, because things did get more powerful, but the way those small interactions matter. Like now your boost or training searches matter way more in what you grab, I think, in that sense, right? Because like the game's a little shorter than it was back then, so you can't just like, all right, I'm gonna take this one piece and I'm banking on I'll see whatever I need later. You need to make sure you find the exact piece you need, or you cook. Like even like banking on, let's say your ratios, right? Your sixes are less than your fives, but you don't have a five yet. You grab that six because you might not see it later, and then you eventually find the five. Like sometimes that matters versus not doing the reverse. I don't know. Like it's very small things will matter a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't depend on what type of deck you're playing against, if that makes sense.
I think because of the speed of the game, it just like the way that it gets punished feels a lot more different. Like before, when games are slightly longer, a bad play early on would have consequences later. But now the game is so fast that sometimes you can get away with playing like a dog. And if I don't have it, I can't punish you for playing objectively like a dog.
But I think Dan like brought up something that I think that's basically what we're trying to get at, is that like I think now the difference between like a good player, when I say good, obviously obviously nobody's like bad or whatever. Like we're talking about like the top players, right? It's like the things that have to like you have to do to be like over the edge is like a lot. They matter, but in like small amounts, and they're very much like top percent type things. Like back then, it was like you had to constantly like be making like bigger decisions that impacted like the whole majority of the game, and like you had to play like matchup to matchup. Whereas now it's like optimizing like things that will obviously like matter. So I think today's game is more about like optimization, because decks do a lot more versus like back then decks like didn't do as much. So your decisions were based on like matchup, if that makes sense.
I think,
but I think that's just that's just to do with like power creep, I suppose.
I guess the modern like example of it is like when we're talking about Mallow, with Dan is like having the Arukeni for the consistency to make sure I can always out a variety of board states versus the consistency of high rolling someone. Because the game's gotten so much faster, a lot of people are building towards consistently of high rolling someone or playing from like a slower hand and consistently getting up to the ramp spot. Whereas some people like, I want to consistently execute the same game plan across a variety of matchups rather than just going, I hope what I can do consistently is enough in every situation, as opposed to building so it can be built for every situation. Like BT13 in that wide format where you had to account for so many matchups, you wanted to make sure that you could do your combo through a variety of situations. Whereas now it's just like hopefully I can fit the square block in the square hole, and I just need to make sure I always have a square block.
I mean, not for nothing, this is actually like card game theory, but like, you know, that is, but you step past the joke of my honest mid-range deck, right? That's actually the difference between the game being fast and having tempo as like the main oriented, like you're like, is my plan good enough in every game? That's, you're playing a tempo deck, man. You do your thing, you make as much good shit all at once as possible. Versus back in BT13, the Bloom players had to manage the resources. Like it did matter that you had enough fives to make another 5 turns of gameplay. Like, you know, the game pace changes things on a micro scale and a macro scale.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Speaking of pace, y'all.
I had a thought, but anyways, because I lost my train of thought.
My bad. I yoinked that one right from you there. Speaking of pace, though. I know it's coming up on we just passed the hour, and I know we gotta make some moves here if we want to get some other things done here on Misplay's side. Dan, do you want to tell the people anything about what's been up? What's going on? If they're gonna see you in Vegas, do you want to say hi? Do you want to be like left in the tank and turn into like Batman and just fucking lock in? Like, what's the vibe, bro?
Don't talk.
Don't talk to me unless I'm EXO and I've won the whole thing.
Yo, low key, straight up. But nah, I'm there. Y'all see me? Say what's up. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I'll be around at least Friday midday, I guess you say, and then Saturday obviously is the whole day. And hopefully Sunday I'll be there for a day too. Come through, say what's up. You know, I'm always gonna say hi. I know I'm gonna have a resting bitch face. I know I will, but don't worry, I'm gonna be nice. I'm nice. You know, it's just the face is gonna be because I'm being, you know, competitive mode, and that's what I'm gonna be thinking about. But yeah, say what's up, come through.
What's your goal for the event?
I'll win it all. There's no goal. There's nothing but win.
Okay.
Like that's my thing. I'm gonna try to win it all. Like hopefully get top, make top cut, whatever that is for us this year. I don't know. They haven't announced what it was. Last year was top 16, and like the year before was top 32 to make this day 2. So I'm assuming top 16. So definitely try to go X1 highest. X2 is the lowest I would like to go. And then go from there. Like I don't go to any event. I'm not that type of thinking of where like I'm just here for a good time and that's it. I'm always about like I'm trying to win because that's just always been my mindset on everything. And so that's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the good times comes with winning. Nothing feels better than winning, in the words of my goat Trailmon.
Exactly.
But for most people, this has been a nice chill 2 hours. Thank you, Dan, of course, for coming on to the podcast. If you listen on Spotify and all that, make sure to hit the 5 stars or the likes or whatever it is on your listening platform of choice. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like on the VOD when this comes out. And you can support the channel for free by subscribing on YouTube or subscribing on Twitch for free. If you've got Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, Jeff Bezos can give me like £4 or something. So you should click that. It makes the overlay turn blue if you do it whilst we're live. But we now have to sign off for the thing that most people wait for every single week. We're going to do some bonus content for the champions, and then it'll come out in a month later. We have more Black History Month flavored bonus content coming for you. So if you were wondering what the O2 kids would bring to the cookout, that is what this council is going to discuss after this. So hey, we're gonna hop offline.
Let me be part of that. How long
sir.
Is that? How long is that video?
We can get that cracked out in like 25 minutes.
I got 20 minutes.
Hell yeah, we can speed
we've
run
done
it.
the 01 kids in like less, right?
Yeah. We actually extended it because it was too quick.
Poor Gomamon.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna hop offline and we'll be back with some bonus content. But thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you later.
Baba booey.
Baba booey, baby.